remain fragile, but both sides say progress was made on the first round of talks. Vice President J.D. Vance, returning from Switzerland, says Iran has agreed to let international nuclear inspections to resume. But when asked if the U.S. can trust Iran, Vance remained cautious.
Whether good faith or bad faith, you can't trust anybody's words. You have to trust what they actually do. Letting in the inspectors is a big deal, but again, we're going to see what they actually let the inspectors do once they're in the country.
The U.S. government also issuing a 60-day waiver for sanctions on Iranian oil. Volatile storms targeting the Midwest and parts of the South again today. It follows a weekend of deadly tornado outbreaks across Kansas, Illinois, and Indiana. Former Federal Reserve Chair Alan Greenspan has died. The longtime chair was appointed by President Ronald Reagan. His wife, NBC's Andrea Mitchell, says he died from complications of Parkinson's. Alan Greenspan was 100 years old. This is ABC News. Legendary music producer Clive Davis has passed away.
A 5-time Grammy winner and a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Clive Davis is credited with discovering and guiding some of the biggest musicians ever, from Aretha Franklin to Earth, Wind and Fire to modern acts like Maroon 5 and Alicia Keys. A statement from his family says Davis shaped the soundtrack of countless lives and left an indelible mark on our culture. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
Clive Davis was 94. His publicist says he was surrounded by family at his home in Manhattan and died peacefully of age-related illness. In Utah, a fast-moving wildfire triggering evacuations near Eureka, south of Provo. It's charred nearly 22,000 acres so far and is 0% contained, one of the biggest of 11 wildfires burning in the state. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Wildfire warnings are climbing across the region. More on that following a look at your commute. So far, it's a good-looking commute this noon hour. Aside from the Hood Canal, we are seeing big backups approaching the Hood Canal Bridge from both directions from a series of recent marine crossings. We're looking at about 4-mile bumper-to-bumper backups. Here in Seattle, South 5, you're slow from Northgate across the Ship Canal Bridge. Plan on a 20-minute trip from Linwood into downtown. And North 5, just some minor slowing between the West Seattle Bridge and I-90. Other than that, we're looking really great out there. This report is brought to you by KIRO Newsradio.
KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Fire officials are warning Western Washington's wildfire risk is climbing as dry weather continues across the region. KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha reports.
Since May 1st, Eastside Fire and Rescue say they've responded to 33 bark and brush fires in their service area. Jordan Simmons, Battalion Chief with Eastside Fire and Rescue, is urging everyone to stay vigilant and not spark a wildfire.
If you're parking in tall, dry grass, just don't do that with your vehicle. That's another common cause of fire. Cigarette butts, obviously, is another big cause of wildfire.
According to the U.S. Drought Monitor, last month was the 37th driest May on record for Washington since 1895.
Fire officials in the Spokane Valley area gave what they say is their final update on the upriver fire. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Sun reports it has burned 213 acres.
It is 75% contained. Fire crews still on scene say that the fire has just been cut in half. Evacuation levels around the fire have now dropped to level 1. The fire has caused serious damage, though, with one person dead after refusing to evacuate, also destroying at least 14 homes.
A search for a missing swimmer in Lake Washington has now turned into a recovery effort. Rescue crews responded around 1:30 a.m. Saturday when a man swimming with friends near Kirkland's Holmes Point near Denny Park disappeared. Kirkland Fire Department divers spent several hours in the water but did not find him. They struggled with windy conditions, rough water, and poor visibility. The Coast Guard, Seattle Harbor Patrol, and a helicopter and drones also assisted in the search. Police say friends with him on a boat did not show signs of alcohol or drug impairment. Well, the World Cup has hit fever pitch in Seattle. Seattle police say there were 4 arrests on Friday, 2 for trespassing and 2 for drone-related offenses. But fans say they're impressed with how things have gone.
I think the city's doing a good job of just staying on top and organized, which is really nice.
The Seattle police also told us about traffic issues. They say there's no plan to modify their operations going forward. Gates open 4 hours before matches start, but the roads won't reopen to traffic until the area is clean and can safely reopen. open.
And now, check out your KIRO News Radio weather. Today kicks off a 3-day hot streak with a heat advisory through 11 p.m. Wednesday throughout Puget Sound. 85 this afternoon, 90 tomorrow, 87 Wednesday. And then we cool down considerably. 75 Thursday, 65 and rain Friday. Sunny and 70 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Behold, a fiendish masterpiece from the bowels of hell! Mondays, for I hate Mondays. They make me so steamed. Weekends, I go for the weekends! Son of a
Welcome to the show. Happy Monday to everybody out there listening. Thank you for hanging with us today. Jake Skorheim here, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill.
Happy Monday, my friend.
Happy
Welcome
Monday
back.
to you.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We had a long weekend. It was a holiday on Friday. Everybody got to watch, well, not everybody, but a lot of people watched the team U.S. beat Australia.
U.S. men's national team with a commanding win.
Feeling good about this team.
They've already advanced. They've moved through.
Yeah, they won their group. Yeah, not just advanced. They won their group.
They won their group flat out with 2 straight wins.
Which is phenomenal.
5-goal advantage.
Pretty great. We're going to talk a lot about World Cup later. Not the play so much. The play is nice. It is the different reactions now to what it means to support the team, which I found really interesting. Seattle Times had a piece over the weekend that went viral. Now, here's my question. And we'll get into this in a little bit, and this would be the question that I would have for you, Spike, or anybody listening who cares to weigh in on this. You can hit us up on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. The gist of the article is it's tough for a lot of people to support the Team U.S. players and their run in the World Cup because they don't like what's happening maybe politically with America. So they can't separate the two, and it's difficult for them to support the team.
Mixed emotions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I'm wondering when they wrote the article, did they think they were going to get the reaction that they got, which was they got a lot of clicks on the article. I mean, it's it's a big article for them. But we will get into all of that in just a little bit and so much more. We're going to talk to, also, this is crazy, and I'm not sure what's happening. We're going to get answers from an actual scientist. Apparently, we've just had one of the largest bee die-offs in history.
Yeah.
A lot of bees going away. I had a friend who was a bee that passed away recently.
I'm so sorry.
I'm just joking.
So this one's personal.
This is personal for me.
I love you, buddy.
No, but so we're going to talk to
Well, you like food, Jake?
I do.
You like food? You've taken a fancy to food?
I do like food.
1/3 of all the food we consume as humans relies upon pollination.
Was first touched by a bee.
By a bee, that's right.
So if all
Why
the
you
bees
should always wash off your steak.
Yeah, because if the bees are dying off, what does that mean for the food? If you've seen a bee movie, the Jerry Seinfeld movie,
right?
You know how this ends, folks, and it does not end well. It's tied up in litigation. It's a ridiculous movie, but it's a good one. But anyway, so there was a meeting of all these bee experts in Eastern Washington. They had this big annual conference to talk about this historic thing that's happening and how that they can work together to solve it. And it seems like a joke, but it's not.
It's deadly serious.
It's deadly serious. And so we're going to talk about it at 1:30. We actually have a bee expert who's coming on with us to discuss. And so much more. We have so much stuff on the show today. Really just our cup runneth over. Here's what we're going to start with, though. It's really hot outside. It's going to be really hot. Heat advisory for the next couple days. You might remember this better than I would because you're a little older than I am. And I mean that not as a That's a compliment.
Thank you. I've got historical knowledge to draw from.
You have historical knowledge.
Okay, yeah.
Before we had all these smart devices in our homes that have to fill their screens with something. Like I have I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't want all of your devices to turn on, but I have a device in my kitchen that we use to ask it things about recipes, and basically its main function is actually just to set a timer for my kids on timeout. But it also shows things that are happening, and it will often tell us, like, there is an advisory, a weather warning, or whatever.
Yeah. You used to have to wait for the old neighbor to drop over in the sidewalk.
Yeah,
That's when you knew it was too hot to go outside.
Or you'd catch it on the local news, like in the morning or at night.
Perhaps a radio report would tell you.
Report.
Right, yeah.
And now it's all the time. It's like,
We're
heat advisory.
We're bombarded with it, yeah.
Were they everywhere? Did they just not have did we have heat advisories and weather advisories and
of
winter
course.
weather advisories?
Yeah. There were high wind warnings. Of course. There were, public service weather has been a part of American culture as long as there's been communication, mass communication.
So this is not
We've always had this. The problem is now they project it in the back of your eyelids.
Yes.
It's so pervasive.
It's everywhere.
With the advent of, you said, smart devices, everybody's home is now smartified.
Yep.
Probably not the right word.
No, that's the scientific
It's
term.
high tech. Your fridge can tell you when you're out of beans or peas.
You've
or
seen
milk.
this happen in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
My fridge will send me a message when one of my kids, who's now on summer break, leaves the refrigerator door open. It says, your refrigerator door is open.
Do you get your kids
and it happens all the time.
See, now you could go one step further, but you've brilliantly, I would say, banned technology as long as you can from your kids' lives. You want your kids to have regular human interactive lives.
Yeah.
If they had Apple Watches, you could zap their wrist when they leave the fridge open.
Just a bzzz,
yeah,
bzzz.
right?
We should get them those dog collars that people hate. What I think is a brilliant idea.
Yeah, we did a morning show bit with dog collars. I'm never doing it again.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Tell me about it.
Oh no, it's still too soon. Still too painful.
Did you have to pull it on?
No, not me. Our producer.
Oh, okay.
Our stunt boy.
Well, yeah.
You got a guy. Everybody's got a guy on the show.
You want to climb the ladder.
That's right, buddy.
Sometimes you have to take a shot.
Shut up and sit on the block of ice.
Did you make him sit on ice?
For Packer tickets, you had to outsit our stunt boy. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just press on this a little bit because I do find it interesting.
Sure. That's
did you actually make him wear a collar?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shock collar.
And then did you have the button?
Oh yeah.
How quickly did that turn into just chaos?
Bad radio. It was first off. It was great radio. It was great radio. It hurt him. It hurt him.
Like actually hurt him.
Yeah, it hurt. It was not quite being tased. It's a mild, but it's also right next to your jugular.
Oh yeah.
It ain't like we got it tied to his heel, the thickest skin on his body.
Yeah, he didn't put it on his arm.
No, it was around his neck.
He didn't like it.
Didn't like it. Fell right into place though. Never missed a phone call again. Never left a guest waiting in the lobby ever again.
Did you? How? I'm interested in this because human nature. Everybody says like, oh, humans were basically good. We're good people.
Yeah, we've
yada,
always.
yada, yada.
Yeah. No,
I don't believe that.
No. We're savages.
It's amazing how quickly we will turn to tyranny when given the opportunity.
You betcha.
How quickly were you guys just torturing this poor guy? With how many minutes?
How long did it take us for him to violate the rules of the contest?
And how much did the rules start to change? Where you're like, you know what? I don't like the way you're looking at me.
Contest lasted, or it wasn't a contest. It was a demonstration, shall I say? Lasted less than a minute.
Oh, perfect.
We had to put on a Zeppelin album or something. we ran out of content.
Oh man,
yeah,
I wish we could still do stuff like that.
I don't know where that poor kid is today. Probably a softer room than
That'd
this.
Be fun.
His food cut into small pieces for him.
All right, so it's hot.
It's going to be hot.
It's going to be hot.
It's going to. This is important because there is a level of weather that we as a society aren't ready for, especially here in the Northwest. We're not acclimated to hot summer weather.
Is it
in Chicago?
Is it important? I mean, you say it's important and we got to get the word out, but it's like everybody knows it's going to be hot. There's not a person listening unless you're an infant, and in which case you can't do anything about it anyway.
Don't leave your kids on the sidewalk this weekend if you learn nothing else from this break.
But like everybody listening has gone through hot weather. Often you seek it out. You will travel to places that have hot weather because it's such a delightful change of pace.
I knew a friend who would his stone rule was he would never travel any place colder than where he was leaving. We said, what was the point? What was the point to get colder?
We rarely see colder weather when we vacation. We oftentimes will go like, hey, you know what's really nice? Really warm weather.
Yeah, beaches.
Why do you think Hawaii?
Sand.
Why do you think Palm Desert exists?
Right? You think anybody go there?
Yeah.
Ain't a lot of Fargo.
They got hot weather.
Trips.
It's very dry, which people like. They got a ton of great golf courses.
They really do.
If you can stand to be out in the sun that long, which I really can't. I melted this weekend.
Yeah, you're not born for it. Well, that's
not born for it.
But Seattle has, first off, is a huge Scandinavian population in Seattle.
You're looking at
one.
Are you too?
Direct descent. No, I'm Irish.
You're Irish. Okay.
I'm a mutt. I'm a Euro mutt.
Mm-hmm. I'm Norwegian.
But the region has a very high Scandinavian population.
Yeah.
Because this climate is very similar to the fatherlands.
Yes.
The motherlands, whichever designation works
When my
best for you.
family immigrated from Norway 10 years ago. No, just kidding. We didn't come 10 years ago. We've been here a long time. I don't even know
You're
when.
multiple generations in the Northwest. You're local.
We got a lot of different. We're a total mutt, just like you. We got a lot of different.
My wife's
we
of
got
Swiss
Scottish.
descent.
We got We got some. We got some French. All the different. A bunch of different, very fair-skinned people.
Yeah.
Not great in the sun.
No, and not great in the heat. We used to get one day above 90 a year, maybe in the Northwest 20 years ago. 90 was forget about it. I mean, you got these anomalies where you'd hit 100.
Sure.
But this is going to be the hot. We have an El Nino or El Nino coming this summer. It's going to be the hottest, driest summer on record.
El Nino.
It's coming, and it's going to hit 90 and tomorrow, high 80s the next 3 days.
Jeez,
and that it's still June.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why these alerts are letting people know. You know, it's a changing world.
Yeah.
You got to acclimate for that. You got to get your stuff done before.
You got to get
9
ready,
a.m.
otherwise this guy's going to be at your door. Oh man, my stupid audio. You got to get ready, otherwise this guy's going to be at your door.
I am El Nino. All other tropical storms must bow before El Nino. Yo soy El Nino. For those of you who don't habla español, El Nino is Spanish for the Nino.
That's great. All right, when it's hot out, how do people keep cool? They can either have AC, which is lovely.
Yeah.
Or you can jump in the water. But if you live in Seattle and King County, they're advising you maybe don't go in the water because there's something in the water that might be out to get you. And what is that something?
Great brown shark. Sorry. Couldn't resist that. I'm so sorry. You started with this music. A brief sewer.
Brown shark.
It's poo-poo. A brief sewer. I'm sorry. There was a brief sewer overflow at 63rd Avenue Pump Station that has closed down Constellation Park.
Yep.
At the 3500 block of Beach Drive Southwest. There are now 5.
They don't call it Constipation Park.
There are now 5 closures.
Come on, that was pretty good.
It's great, but I'm trying to be mature here. It's not going to work. What were 2 closed beaches on Friday are now 5 closed beaches this morning, and that matters because people are going to want to seek relief from this heat. It's what they do.
Relief?
Oh, relief. They're analyzing water samples at 9 different locations along the beach south at Alki. Okiko was I'm going to pronounce this wrong. I apologize.
Okiko Oda?
Oda, yeah, spokesperson of the county's wastewater treatment division. You know, we haven't had a lot of rain. Usually we have these kind of overspills when it's a heavy rain and the processing stations can't handle the amount of water, not just waste, but water that comes into these systems and they overflow into the sound. I'm not sure why the system breached and this...
I'll tell you why. They don't keep it up.
It's lack of maintenance?
It's lack of maintenance.
Lack of investment in infrastructure?
Here's the thing. This is not the first time it happens. It does happen, like you were mentioning. In 2017, wastewater spilled from the 63rd Avenue pump station. 330,000 gallons of sewage. That's number 2.
That's a brief overflow in their eyes.
Another spill in 2019, 3 million gallons from the West Point treatment plant near dump near North Beach in Discovery Park. That's a lovely area.
It's
you don't want to have a bunch of poop in the water.
No, you don't. And you know, if you're not a swimmer, you know us. We have a lovely dog. We love our dog. Our dog loves the water. We always do there's a dog park up in our neighborhood near Edmonds that opens up onto the sound.
Oh, that's
literally,
lovely.
the dogs get to play in the surf. When low tide comes, they get to go smell the smells of the deep sea.
Isn't that nice?
Except now you're being advised not to let your pets in the water at these different locations. There's a great story. I think it's on My Northwest. We have a link to it as well. The story we're quoting from today is from the Seattle Times. The beaches out there, just check before you let your pets near a beach during these hot summer days.
Yeah. And also for, local leaders, you have a ton of money coming in, like a ton of money. And if you're not keeping up the things that keep the poop out of the water, then, that's on you.
We're not asking a lot.
We're not asking
really
a lot.
Not.
Keep the poop. Like number 1, safety in the streets. Number 2, poop in the water. Don't have it. We don't want it. Is that too much to ask for?
I think it's fair.
I think that's totally fair.
Totally fair to ask. We're not asking that much.
Absolutely.
We just want to be able to use the beautiful natural attributes of this area.
We want to swim without being worried about what's beneath the surface. And, we want to just be worried that it's natural predators in the ocean or in the areas that we're swimming.
Sure. Your occasional seal. An orca.
Yeah. Is there there's never been a documented orca attack in
Well, they banned seal bathing suits. They used to make bathing suits out of seal skin.
Did they really?
It was a natural insulator.
I didn't realize that.
I'm making it up.
Oh, you're making that up?
Sure.
I believed it for a second. Because I would have thought, that makes total sense.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Swim in the comfort of a seal skin.
You can look and swim exactly as a seal.
Yeah.
Problem is, you will be mistaken for a seal.
You will be eaten.
So here's another thing about hot weather. You're not allowed to burn things. Snohomish County has a fire ban.
Yeah.
So you're still allowed to have a fire? So this is confusing. So you can there's a burn ban. So the fire marshal's office says there's a burn ban in place, restrictions for recreational cooking fires, but you are still allowed to have recreational fires in these very specific conditions. If they are in approved fire pits, if they are less than 3 feet in diameter and 2 feet high, they are used for cooking or pleasure within an approved fire pit, like I just said.
Right.
Contain burning material kept below the top of the fire pit enclosure. It basically sounds like just be safe, and they should be small.
Yeah,
like if you're making s'mores.
25 feet from a structure or a combustible materials.
Yeah.
Don't build your bonfire for s'mores next to the wood pile.
Yes.
Come on, common sense. Let common sense rule the day.
Yeah,
You got to
absolutely.
have a water source available should you do outdoor fires. Make sure you got a bucket of sand, bucket of water, a hose is preferable.
You got to be careful with those hoses. You just have them nearby because I had a burn pit the other day, maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Burn pile. I thought I put it out, and then I watch, and it just starts. The smoke starts building up again, and I sprayed it for 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
With a hose, 10 minutes. But I had a real solid chunk of leaves, which really
Kept
insulated.
a little ball in there. Yeah.
Yeah, and so none of the water was able to penetrate this thick ball of leaves. And then underneath the leaves, all that stuff was still smoldering and still building up. And after about 10 minutes, even though the outside was soaked, all this smoke kept coming up. And where there's smoke, there's fire. And then the whole thing just goes whoosh and lit up again.
In spite of the water.
Yeah, and
spite of the
thankfully I'm
dousing.
watching it.
Yeah.
And so I went back out there, and I actually had to get a rake, and I turned the whole thing over, and I got up underneath it, and I sprayed it, and
again,
put that fire
that's what you got to do. The burn ban is in Snohomish County, unincorporated Snohomish County, which is kind of you're near your neck of the woods, right?
Yeah,
it's a dry spring. It's so funny. We had this double El Nino or double atmospheric rivers. But the flooding we had this last winter, historical. And now we're going to have historical dry, hot, heat summers.
Hot.
I mean, we're pendulum to weather.
Como News talked to a few locals about this impending heat wave. This person has no AC. That would be tough.
I am worried. I keep my fan blasted in my room. When I'm indoors, it's really hard to stay cool. It gets really difficult without AC. You just gotta buy whatever components that you can to keep your unit cold.
I would highly recommend one of those portable AC units. You can get them at Costco for $300.
Well, if you can find them, could people wait till their forecast says heat wave coming and then they all rush?
Sell out.
They sell out quickly.
Yeah.
We went through college, right?
I did.
If you're like me, you didn't have an air conditioning dorm, did you? No, of course not.
I went to school in Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even have windows.
The cheat
I had
codes,
windows,
right?
but they had those flaps.
Right. The cheat codes for cooling a room, right?
The ice bucket?
Ice bucket.
Yep.
Yeah, or
5 gallon.
Freeze a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Tie it to the front of your fan.
Take a cold
Blow
shower.
your fan. Take a cold shower. Put your pillow in the freezer.
There you go.
Freezer going to sleep on a cold pillow. Puts you to sleep right away.
Get into a relationship with a cold person.
I was going to say someone who had central air. Start dating
That's
people
also
with central
good.
air.
Start dating somebody who's got more means than you and who has AC.
Date above your station during these hot summer months. You'll thank us.
You will thank us. It may not end up well for you, but whatever. If you're dating somebody purely because they have AC, I don't know if that's a good long-term decision, but it's nice for the summer.
As long as you can make it till Labor Day.
Yes, just make it until the end of summer and then cut bait. We have a lot more coming up. The World Cup, everybody's talking about it. I want to talk about a thing that happened over the weekend, which initially when I saw, I was like, oh, this is really great.
Yeah.
This is what's great about sports. It's two sides coming together, people who might disagree politically, but we can all get behind one thing, Team USA.
Right.
And it kind of played out in a really interesting way between two local political figures. One, Brian Haywood, who is he's got those initiatives. He's with Let's Go Washington. And another with King County Executive Gurme Zahale.
Yeah.
He's King County exec, right? I believe he is.
Yeah.
So they were at the same spot watching at Seattle Stadium. You guys might know it as Lumen Field. Watching Team US versus Australia. They had a nice moment together.
Yeah.
It then gets posts on social media.
Yeah.
And now one of them has walked it back.
Well, the good feelings lasted less time than overage time.
Yeah, until trolls got involved.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so we'll talk about it next and just how lame. Stick around. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Renton police investigating a shooting that happened just after midnight.
Engaging conversation.
It's just indefensible. The mayor's communications team should be better.
Traffic.
A full closure now, southbound 509 at Alexander Avenue.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Sometimes injuries can happen when you least expect them.
What broke my shoulder was reaching for my phone. I was trying to get the phone away from my cat.
That's how Heather tore her rotator cuff.
There was that hope. I was like, maybe this will heal on its own. And I waited a little bit, and it was not getting better.
She just couldn't take the pain anymore, so she saw Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
By the next day, my shoulder was already doing better. I have my arm back again, which was just wonderful.
Seems like she made the right choice.
I'm so glad I didn't do surgery.
So whether it's a hip like mine or a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. He's the most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
I said to him at our last appointment, I was like, you better not retire because I want to know if anything else goes wrong with my body. You're there to be able to fix it because he's a miracle worker.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. This June for Men's Health Month, Revive Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value, including testosterone, blood sugar, heart health, and more. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today.
Your old water heater's starting to peter. DayandNight.net. Day and Night has $150 off installation of any new water heater, including tankless, backed by a free lifetime warranty.
Hi, I'm Bruce. When your old water heater leaks or fails, the damage could be catastrophic. Whether you need an emergency replacement or you're planning ahead before it leaks, give us a call and we'll help you get into hot water again.
Get $150 off installation of any new water heater.
DayandNight.net.
Tune in to The Money Professor with Chris Longworth.
Having some certainty about your plan is definitely going to give you all the advantages.
Chris has the heart of an educator.
If you really want to do this correctly, then you get to enjoy every day of retirement like it's a Saturday. And if you don't, it's a Monday for the rest of your life.
Tune in to The Money Professor with Chris Longworth, Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
30 years ago, Davis Law Group was founded to be the best law firm for our clients and our community. Our core values are to win, help, and serve. It means our success is defined by the difference we make in our clients' lives and the impact we can have in our community. Not by giant settlement checks or shiny offices. Our mission to lift up the vulnerable extends beyond the courtroom to our charity partners, promoting safety, uplifting students, accident victims, foster youth, and the elderly. If you've been injured and want better results for your claim and for all of Washington, call Davis Law Group today.
There are 6 markets you can place your money in. Research suggests it's better to have exposure to all 6 markets. Don't miss a potential opportunity because you didn't strategically diversify your assets. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Request your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing in your portfolio. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
RV buyers save thousands at the 10th Annual Summer RV Blowout Sale, June 18th through the 28th at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds. Top manufacturers with every floor plan imaginable, exclusive dealer rebates, huge discounts on new and used models, factory reps on site, enjoy free lunch, plus a year's worth of free camping. The 10th Annual Summer RV Blowout Sale, June 18th through the 28th at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds in Monroe, hosted by Open Road RV, free parking and admission.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. As a stretch of hot weather settles into the Puget Sound region, Pierce Transit is helping residents stay cool. The transit agency is providing free transportation to cooling centers and emergency shelters through the end of service Wednesday. The offer applies to buses, runner, and shuttle paratransit services. Passengers can receive a free round trip by letting their driver know that they're headed to or from a cooling center. A Burien woman is in jail accused of physically and mentally abusing her 7-year-old stepson. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Dee Sun reports.
Prosecutors say 44-year-old Renee Leon abused her stepson for about 2 years. Investigators say she threatened him with pictures of another child in a straitjacket in an effort to get him to behave. Court documents also say the boy was forced to sleep in a confined space with no pillows or blankets, with a camera watching him at all times, and that his hands would sometimes be tied for days.
Leon pleaded not guilty. Her bail is set at $150,000. 2 men are recovering after being dropped off with gunshot wounds at the Bonnie Lake emergency room late Sunday morning. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has details.
Pierce County deputies determined the shooting happened in an outbuilding on a large rural property on 214th Avenue East in unincorporated Bonnie Lake. Deputies, along with Bonnie Lake Police, served a search warrant and found at least 1 shell casing. Deputy Carly Capetto says investigators now try to determine what led to the shooting.
Detectives are working with both of the individuals that are suffering from non-life-threatening gunshot wounds. However, there wasn't a lot of cooperation.
Anyone with information should call 911. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
The Department of Health warned visitors marijuana products sold in Washington can be more potent than those available in other parts of the country. Phil King tells KIRO 7 TV he moved here from Texas 1 year ago.
In New Mexico, it's 26 to 25%. Here's it up to 46 to 48%. You'll blow your mind.
On Friday, officials urged consumers to start low and go slow when trying cannabis products. The advisory was later taken down, and the agency has not publicly said why the post was removed. On Wall Street, Dow is rising, but NASDAQ trading sharply lower as tech stocks sell off. The Dow up 75, S&P 500 down 33, and the NASDAQ down 350 points. Your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. We're still looking at big backups approaching the Hood Canal Bridge from both sides from a series of marine crossings. South 5 into Seattle, pretty heavy in Northgate. You'll gradually thin out through the U District. A 20-minute trip still from Linwood in the downtown. North 5, you've got a brief backup between the West Seattle Bridge and I-90 to get through. And if you're heading through Thurston County, southbound on I-5, you've got scattered backups between Lacey and Olympia, starting right near Cabela's. Tacoma to Olympia has a 10-minute delay. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. A heat advisory in effect through 11 p.m. Wednesday with temps near 90 through Wednesday before a significant cooling trend and rain by Friday. Sunny and 71 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. I want to play a few clips from the Team US win over Australia on Friday. Did you watch the game?
I did.
Okay, a lot of fun.
Enjoyed it, every minute of it.
Wasn't that great?
Beautiful.
Don't they feel dominant to you? Don't they feel like a team that really has a chance to win?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they that was a weird game to watch, and I didn't realize it at the time. But a lot of people at post game, not to get into the I know we got other things to talk about this break. The Australian dynamics of how they played that game were brutal. People compared it to a rugby game. Yeah. It was a very, very physical game. Some people say one of the dirtiest matches they've ever seen in World Cup play.
In the soccer world, they call that chippy.
Chippy,
got a little chippy.
Got very chippy.
Got a little chippy out there.
7 yellow cards were issued, if I'm not mistaken.
I love it. I love the scrappy play. I think it makes it fun. Obviously, you don't want anybody to get hurt, seriously.
No, of course not, yeah. But
I like when soccer's fun when they're going at each other like that. Mm-hmm. What I don't like is when there are certain leagues in the world where anybody looks at somebody the wrong way and the player just dives onto the ground.
Yeah, the flop, yeah.
I was watching the game with because we were both off Friday. It was a federal holiday. We took the day off, and also, selfishly, I really wanted to watch that game live. Yeah. And, it started at noon, which is when our show is on. So anyway, I watched the game. I watched it with my kids, and we were watching one of the games. I don't think it was this one. It was one of the other World Cup games. And one of the players goes down. And he looks like he just snapped an ankle.
Oh.
Like he looked like like his bone literally snapped in half. Yeah. And my kids are like, "Oh no, what happened to him?" They're all genuinely worried about
there's an athlete. They're a world-class athlete on the field writhing in pain. Yeah.
What they don't realize is he's a world-class actor, because the second that the call doesn't go his way and that the ref allows play to continue, which they have the discretion of doing, and they did in this case, he pops right up and he's fine. And my kids
off.
Yeah. And my kids were like, "Wait a minute, what happened? Is he okay?" And I was like, "All right, here's a part of soccer that you may not be aware of. There's a lot of acting that goes into soccer. Yes. People don't realize this, but professional soccer players also spend a great deal of time at theater camp as kids. And they're very good at acting until they get the magic spray bottle out, and then everybody's good." All right, so Team US beats Australia. It's fantastic. Here's a few clips from that. This is Alex Freeman's goal. A lot of fun.
Robinson fizzing it back. Serginho Dest blocked. Still in. Might be two. Is two. Or maybe not. The flag comes up for offside.
After factual review, the goal scorer was not in offside position. Goal is correct.
And the building shakes in Seattle.
So this was so fun for a number of reasons. One, they go up 2-0, which is great.
Yeah.
But the anticipation, the offsides VAR thing that they do so they're all checking on computers. As you're sitting there waiting, and the entire crowd, the
pins
US
and
crowd,
needles,
68,000 fans, and could it have been like a cooler atmosphere? I mean, when you're watching on TV, it just looks massive, and everybody is wearing their uniform. Everyone's wearing the jerseys of the Team US players.
You had that big block of yellow behind the goal.
You had the big block of yellow, which was actually cool.
It was wonderful.
How do they all get seats together? I don't understand that.
I'm not sure how that plays out.
FIFA must have a hand in how they sell the tickets, where you're buying them from.
They block tickets out for a particular target market. Yeah.
Which is great. I like that they're sitting together. It kind of makes it fun.
They didn't row, which I thought was a letdown after watching the Norwegians.
What do Australians even do?
Right? No, they drank.
You know what they could do? They could all do the dance. They could all do the break dance.
Yeah, the kangaroo. Oh my gosh, remember that?
Yes, of course.
Oy.
Okay, so that happens, and it's great. And
it was a great day for the game, for the city.
Great day.
Great day.
Okay, so off the field, there's another thing happening, which is really interesting. There's all these celebrities, by the way. They kept showing. This was a really cool part. They kept showing all these different celebrities who were in attendance.
Mm-hmm.
You saw Did you see? Okay, another side note. I don't mean to keep getting off track here.
No,
Did you see Ciara and Russell Wilson?
I saw them.
What was your reaction to that? Come on.
Okay, yeah.
Come on.
Sure.
Give me your real reaction, or I will give you mine.
Did they lobby to get included in the celebrity reel? Did they have to lobby, or were they naturally included in the celebrity reel? I mean, the guy is still royalty.
He's still
got
Seattle
the kind of cash
royalty.
he can buy. He's a name dropper. He's got a face people love.
He's got a ton
He's
of
retired
money.
now. He's not playing for the Giants or whoever else he fought. The Giants, the Broncos, wherever else he landed in his
Detroit.
Four city stop before the.
Now he's gonna be on CBS.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
gonna be a commentator.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I didn't like about it. They kept showing all these celebrities, and they showed like Marshawn, who was sitting there with somebody. Marshawn's just like looking cool, looking like Marshawn.
Did you see his march to the match?
Yes.
They tracked Marshawn walking the streets of Seattle.
Yeah.
Russell and Sierra didn't walk the streets of Seattle.
So Marshawn's sitting there, just like I don't know, he's eating Skittles or something. I don't know what he's eating, and he's kind of notices that he's on TV, and he kind of does a little thing, just like a normal reaction.
Yeah.
And then when they showed Russell, he's got his full-on aviator, like blacked-out aviator shades on, and he's got his cell phone in hand, and they're taking pictures.
They're selfieing up.
Yeah, and as I was watching that, I was just thinking to myself, what are the odds that it caught him in the only moment that he's spending his time in the private box wherever he was at, where he's taking selfies?
Where he's not following the game, intently following the game.
Yeah, like why can't you just...
Ironic that they caught him at that one split
Isn't that
second.
crazy that they caught him?
That's when they caught him, yeah.
I don't know. I just like when I saw it, I just kind of rolled my eyes.
Did you see where Shaq was DJing?
Yeah.
In Seattle on the after post game and Pioneer Square after parties?
Yeah, and it looks like he was in parachute pants
Yeah,
or
it was
something.
great.
It was awesome.
Everybody was in town. It's a place to be.
It looks super fun. So two local political people were in town. One a politician, one
an elected official and a political activist.
Political activist.
There you go.
Yes. So
of different stripes.
Yes. So King County Executive Gurmay Zahale was in attendance with his wife, and also in attendance was Brian Haywood. Now, Brian Haywood is the entrepreneur, activist behind Let's Go Washington. They often sponsor initiatives. Right now, they're the main backer of the income tax initiative that will be on the ballot now, but they still need a lot of signatures.
Yeah.
But it looks like they've already surpassed that. But they do need to get past that line where they feel like even with challenges, they're
They're going to give themselves a buffer.
Yes. So he posted this, which I thought was really neat, and I commented on social media. This was on X. I commented on I replied to it because I was like, this is really great. And I was so encouraged by this. It's a picture of Brian Haywood and Gurmay Zahale. And here's what Brian Haywood posted. He says, met Gurmay Zahale at the USA versus Australia World Cup match. When I told him my name, he said, well, we can put all of our political differences behind us to cheer for the USA, right? Of course we can. Later, I was sitting watching the game, and he came up and he said hello again. I suggested that we probably represent the political opposite poles in the state, so perhaps we should get a photo together. He readily agreed. His wife was absolutely lovely, joined us, and his perfect gentleman father photobombed. I suspect we will be engaged in significant political battle in the future, but it was a reminder that even political foes can pause for patriotism, pleasantries, and a well-timed fatherly photobomb. So the picture that he posted is great. Everything he describes. It's Gurmay and his wife, lovely wife.
This is sports doing what sports is supposed to do.
Yes.
Exactly right.
And then the internet, unfortunately, does what the internet does. And we'll tell you about that when we get back and the reaction, which we should dissect a little bit.
Sure, yeah.
And I think it's very interesting, and unfortunately, it's a perfect commentary for where we find ourselves these days when it comes to politics.
It really is.
All right, stick around. We're going to give you all that when we get back. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Renton police investigating a shooting that happened just after midnight.
Engaging conversation.
It's just indefensible. The mayor's communications team should be better.
Traffic.
A full closure now, southbound 509 at Alexander Avenue.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Amy Cox did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. And with that money, she decided to treat herself to an anti-aging red light mask. Will she look like a horror movie villain every night? Yes. Will her boyfriend Kevin be scarred for life? That's certainly a risk. But it's Amy's savings, and if she's willing to risk her relationship for smooth, wrinkle-free skin, well, bye-bye, Kevin. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Let's talk about summertime. Bikinis, the occasional Speedo, sunshine, and almost always more drinking. But don't let the wine coolers or hard lemonades fool you. Too many drinks at the beach can get you in a whole lot of trouble. You're sporting a farmer's tan, but the police are wearing heavy, dark uniforms. And it's not because they're comfortable. If you don't take preventative measures, your summer tan can become a costly burn. Take a designated driver with that aloe vera and SPF 50. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com to set up a free private consultation. Jail is no place to ask, missed a spot? Mind getting where I can't reach? Be reasonable this summer. And always remember, 1-800-DUI-AWAY has your back.
1-800-DUI-AWAY!
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself and Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz. If your air conditioner is barely hanging on, CM Heating has one of the best offers I've heard this summer. Right now, you can get any size high-efficiency AC system for just $179.99 a month with zero upfront costs. And here's the game changer. CM Heating's Comfort as a Service program includes lifetime repairs, annual maintenance, and even filters at no additional charge ever. Go to cmheating.com and schedule your free estimate online today.
License number CMHEAHL 751LW.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, 6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Golden Crest Metals helps investors understand how physical gold and silver can be held inside qualified retirement accounts without pressure or confusion. Our team brings decades of experience in precious metals and retirement planning with a focus on clear education, straightforward pricing, and a process designed to put clients first. Why do investors choose Golden Crest Metals? Experience, transparency, and a client-first approach. Tune into The Gold Show with Kenny Michaels every Saturday at 1 p.m.
Hartley here from Wilcox Farms. For over 100 years, we've cared for hens with healthy pastures and organic grains. That's why our eggs are nutritious and flavorful. Next time you shop, choose Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Advanced Hair Restoration, the simple one-day hair loss solution that's guaranteed to regrow your own natural hair. AdvancedHair.com. AdvancedHair.com.
Always exhausted, loud snoring, keeping your partner awake? You could have sleep apnea and not even
even know it. South Seattle Smiles has a comfortable solution with no CPAP required. Most medical insurance accepted. Call 206-241-5533 today. SouthSeattleSmiles.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. Nobody can have anything nice. That's the lesson that was learned at the Team U.S. game. Wasn't that your feeling to this?
We are who we are.
Yeah.
You know, we can have moments of unity and joy and patriotism.
But they can't last. They
cannot
last.
There's no money in unity.
This was so dumb. This was, to me, this felt like an own goal, to use a soccer term.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Haywood, who is behind Let's Go Washington, and no secret, he's very conservative in the things that he's interested in and the policies that he's trying to, enact in Washington State. Gurmay Zahale, he is the King County executive. He would be on the opposite end of the political spectrum. They both somehow found themselves in these, it looks like maybe either the same viewing area, possibly the same owner's box. I don't know where they were at, or private suite or whatever.
Looked a little VIP-ish.
It's very
right?
VIP-ish. Yeah, which is fine because one of them is has tens of millions of
right.
dollars, and the other one is the executive of King
official.
County.
Yeah, we weren't waiting for a souvenir cup full of garlic fries or nothing.
You get in. I'm sure FIFA gave him an invite and said, "Hey, would you like to come to it?" Or maybe he knows the people. I don't know how they both ended up there, but they did. So Brian Haywood posts this nice little missive about their interaction on social media, and basically it says he quotes Gurmay as saying, "Hey, let's put our political differences aside and both root for the Team USA and cheer for them." And Haywood agrees and then posts this picture, very complimentary, very nice, saying like, oh, Gurmay's lovely wife is there and his father-in-law is in the background, photobombing us, thought it was funny. And then somebody posted online after to Gurmay, and then it's, did Gurmay post this? Did he then post this interaction? This looks like a DM.
He responded. Yeah, he responded to people who were opposed to him even posing for a picture with Brian Haywood.
Because they don't like his politics. They don't like Haywood's politics.
Yeah.
And Gurmay responded, and he says, "You're right. I was with my family at the game. He asked for a picture. Happened quickly while I was walking. I should have taken a beat to say no instead of doing the reflexive and socially familiar thing. Very sorry for the harm. We'll do better." Just for posing for a picture with Brian Haywood, who is, you may not agree with his politics, is genuinely a nice guy. I know him. He's a nice guy. If any normal person had a conversation with him, you would come away from it going, you know what, I may disagree with him politically on some things, but he's a nice guy.
Yeah. And the people who were opposed to the King County executive posing with the financial backing of these initiatives, and it wasn't the millionaire's tax that got this particular group fired up. It was the two proposals, the restricting transgender athletes and the Parents' Bill of Rights initiatives.
Okay.
The opponents of those two initiatives say they can and will be harmful to the transgender community. So
that's their opinion.
And I'm not going to debate the merits of either side of the argument because
we don't
both
have to do
sides
that right now.
Both sides have an issue. Valid concerns, I'll say. So when Gurmay got flamed on social media, his reaction was to apologize for the hurt he had caused.
For the harm.
And posing for a picture.
And said, we'll do better. Very sorry for the harm, we'll do better, and then a heart. Actually, maybe that was a person hearting his response. I can't tell.
And it was, it was reactive to his political position with a group that he has lent his support for because he represents the entirety of the state, regardless of your opinions and beliefs. He missed an opportunity.
Hugely.
To say, hey, you know what? While I understand your frustration with me standing with someone so opposed to your way of life, your point of view, one of the things sports does is it allows an opportunity to see the other side. And if you want to fight for inclusivity, you better be inclusive. And I was doing, when the game's match is over and we'll go back to our sides, we'll continue this good, valid fight for our causes and beliefs.
Sure.
But in this moment, sports was the moment of the day, and I was supporting my country, as was he.
Yeah.
And we're both better people having done so.
It
was an easy
Stop
out.
with these ridiculous purity tests. Let people enjoy sports. Why couldn't he just go and enjoy the sport? Somebody had to dog him online and say, how dare you talk to a person you may disagree with.
Yeah, exactly.
How dare you?
If you want to be inclusive, you got to be inclusive.
Here's the thing that was so disappointing about this to me. I don't know a ton about Gurmay Zahale, but when I saw this picture that Haywood posted, I was impressed with him. I thought differently about him because I know some of the policies that he holds and some of the things that I disagree with that he's a proponent of. But I thought to myself, you know what? Good for this guy for posing and getting a picture with Brian Haywood and showing everybody that just like in the old days, it's okay to disagree with somebody and still be a nice human being, even if they're not politically on your side. And I was prepared today. I was going to do this whole segment today about how that's the exact kind of politician that we should be holding up and hoping has success.
Somebody who can rise to the moment.
Yes. And instead, he completely steps in it and reveals himself to be essentially a child who is not a very serious person if he takes this approach.
Well, I would write up to inexperience and lack of conviction for his point of view.
Well, then how is he the King County executive?
Hey, he's got a lot to learn. He's new to the game.
He's ascended pretty quickly for somebody who must be so new.
Well, there's a great
he's been in it for long enough.
Charlie Harger wrote a great piece on My Northwest regarding this particular incident and the after effects of the internet. Like you said, it's worth a read.
It is worth a read. Yeah, people should check it out. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Renton police investigating a shooting that happened just after midnight.
Engaging conversation.
It's just indefensible. The mayor's communications team should be better.
Traffic.
A full closure now, southbound 509 at Alexander Avenue.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Life doesn't have to slow you down just because costs are up. At Subaru of Puyallup, fuel-efficient models help you go farther with the confidence of all-wheel drive. And you have to experience the newly redesigned Subaru Outback with bold styling, advanced safety, an upgraded touchscreen, and even more capability. For stress-free pricing, a huge selection, and current offers, stop by Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership. Part of the Harnish Auto family. Visit SubaruofPuyallup.com.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value, including testosterone, blood sugar, heart health, and more. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com today.
Are you in pain? Have you considered surgery or even joint replacement? Hi, everybody. It's John Curley. Before you make that decision, I recommend you see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. I did, and it's been a game changer. My doctor took a look at my x-rays and said, well, looks like you need a whole new hip. And then he said, wait, how old are you? And I told him, and then he said, well, wait, you're too young for a hip. You're just going to have to, live with the pain. We'll see in 3 years. It was horrible. Dr. Wagner is a board-certified Seattle physician with over 30 years of experience performing more than 20,000 stem cell procedures, using a person's own stem cells to regenerate cartilage in their own joints. People with severe osteoarthritis, even bone on bone, are back doing what they enjoy doing without pain and without surgery. So whether it's a hip like I had, or a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver. From New Nordic, search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon, CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Talks progressing between the U.S. and Iran on a peace deal. Vice President J.D. Vance says Iran agreeing to allow nuclear inspectors in, and the U.S. giving a 60-day waiver on sanctions on Iranian oil. Shipping traffic through the Strait of Hormuz starting to increase. That's helping gas prices drop in the U.S. Gas Buddies' Patrick DeHaan says it will take time to return to pre-war prices.
With crude oil now down about 2.5% this morning, the weekend's activities may not lead to an increase in prices. In fact, it looks like consumers may see a seventh straight week of gas prices declining. But of course, there's a lot of twists and turns in this story, so that could change at a moment's notice.
Thunderstorms from the Midwest to the East Coast causing delays and cancellations at key airports. There are more than 545 cancellations nationwide, with the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic airports seeing the most cancellations. And on Wall Street, stocks are mixed, with SpaceX dragging on tech shares. This is ABC News. In central Utah, evacuations remain in effect due to a fast-moving wildfire. Details from ABC's Melissa Adon.
The Iron Fire, the biggest of 11 wildfires across the state, fueled by high winds, heat, and dry conditions, burning more than 22,000 acres southwest of Provo. The flames erupting Friday, growing rapidly over the weekend as firefighters struggle to contain it.
It's just real sad. They rode and off-roaded in these mountains, and a lot of memories, and they're all pretty much just gone and burned up.
Health and Human Services say that the 42-day quarantine period has ended for 18 Americans exposed to hantavirus on a cruise ship, adding that no sustained transmission of the virus was identified in the U.S. The majority of American passengers were in quarantine at a national facility in Nebraska. 2 others were at a CDC facility in Georgia. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
So far, so good with the World Cup crowds, and it could mean more major events for Seattle. More on that coming up. But first, your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. Still dealing with big backups this afternoon, approaching the Hood Canal Bridge from both directions due to a series of marine crossings. Also, they had some work mid-span that shut the bridge down for about 20 minutes. So we're struggling this afternoon. South 5 in Seattle, we're packed through Northgate. You'll thin out through the U District. 25 minutes between Linwood and downtown. North 5 a little crowded now before the West Seattle Bridge in the downtown. And South 5 in Thurston County, we're seeing scattered backups between Lacey and Olympia starting approaching Cabela's. Tacoma to Olympia, you've got about a 10 to 15 minute delay. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. A heat advisory is in effect for Western Washington through Wednesday night. Bellingham down to Olympia and to the coast. Our own Ted Beener recommends.
You really need to find, for a minimum of 3 hours per day, some air-conditioned facility. So go to the mall, go to the theater, go to the store.
Prolonged exposure to the heat can lead to heat exhaustion or heat stroke. Young children and people with pre-existing conditions are most at risk. One of the area's most beloved restaurants is about to get a fresh start. The Maltby Cafe, famous for its plate-sized cinnamon rolls, is getting a new home. Developer Westcott Homes says the cafe will anchor a new community spot called Maltby Village. The plan adds a standalone building for the restaurant, along with retail space, outdoor patios, and walkable gathering areas. The cafe has drawn families from across Puget Sound since 1988. The developer says it wants the restaurant to thrive for another 100 years. Work is set to begin sometime next year. The Seattle Sports Commission says there's no better shot than the World Cup at showing the city is ready for more big-time events. KIRO 7 TV's Monique Minglavin sat down with the commission's president and CEO.
Beth Knox is known as the Seattle World Cup host city board chair.
It's also an opportunity to position Seattle on that global stage.
The World Cup is a world stage, the single most watched sporting event on the planet, an estimated 6 billion people. But this main event is also an audition.
So that we get hopefully better consideration for future events that we want to host here.
That includes the Women's World Cup in 2031. Seattle is one of 14 cities in the U.S. up for consideration. Well, getting to Golden Gardens Park is about to get easier. Seattle and King County Metro are testing a new summer-only bus route straight to the Ballard Beach. It's called Golden Gardens Direct, and it starts this Saturday. Mayor Katie Wilson, along with King County and Metro leaders, will be in they were at Golden Gardens Park this morning to discuss the event. The bus will leave from Market Street every half hour from 11 in the morning until 9 at night. A ride costs you $3, and anyone 18 and under rides for free. The pilot runs daily through the end of August. And now look at your KIRO News Radio weather. Mostly sunny, highs near 90 through Wednesday. Thursday brings in some clouds and a much cooler day with a high of 75. 65 and rain on Friday. Sunny and 72 right now downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. One fast hour down. Was that the fastest hour we've ever done, Spike? I mean, technically, it's the exact same amount of time. But
it felt quick.
It felt very
fast.
quick.
Yeah. It's so nice to be back. It's nice to have Laura back.
Laura, you're back from you a family vacation? Is that where you were?
Yeah, big family reunion.
Where'd you go?
I went to Southern Oregon. My grandpa, he grew up in Idaho, but he went to high school in Ashland.
Nice.
And so since I was 3 years old, we've gone out there with the whole family and just done all sorts of outdoor recreation around there for about a week. My grandparents are older, so they sold the house that they had out there a few years ago, and we haven't been back in, we were doing the math, and it was like, it's maybe been 10 years.
Is your grandpa still with us?
Oh, yeah, both my grandparents are.
Oh, my gosh.
They were there. They're 85. They're doing all the hikes. My grandpa and I went fishing together for salmon on Wednesday.
Hold it. You went into nature in Oregon?
I did.
Did you know ahead of time what you were the danger you were walking into?
I think I know where this is going.
The animal cruelty.
The petitioners there are petitioners in salmon suits swimming in most every stream, getting fishermen to try to sign this petition to outlaw fishing in Oregon.
Well, listen, they did hit the salmon over the head with the little wooden stick.
Well, you got to kill them. You don't want to eat them alive.
That's cruel. Now that's cruel.
Is that cruel? It's like a nice thing to do. You just let it die off.
No, I mean eating them alive. That's cruel.
Yeah. That would be cool.
That's great.
But you did catch a salmon.
My sister caught a salmon.
Oh, okay.
Important clarification that she would not allow to stand.
How big?
She caught it, not me. It's 17 pounds. It fed our family of 13.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's so
beautiful
fantastic.
Dinner. Yeah.
Were you guys on a
we did
a river
an Airbnb.
somewhere?
We were on a river. My uncle marinated, gave it like a rub, and put it on the grill. It was so good. Oh my
great.
God.
What? How do you cook your salmon, Spike? Are you a salmon fan? Do you like it,
dude?
Yeah.
I can grill a salmon. You'll hate me for saying this. I coat it in mayonnaise.
I don't hate you. I love mayonnaise.
My mom does that too.
Keeps the oils in.
It just keeps it really soft.
Keeps
and
the
good.
oils in.
Yeah.
It's not a flavor thing.
A thin layer of mayonnaise. Some rock salt, lightly rock salted.
Okay.
Light crushed garlics up and down the fish.
Mm-hmm.
Lemon slices across the whole thing.
Love it.
Close it up. Wrap it in foil. 15 minutes on the front side, 7-8 minutes on the back side. Check it for when you're done.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Oh, dude.
When I was a little kid, I remember we read the Berenstain Bears books. I say Berenstain, but even though I was a kid, I always said Berenstein.
Mm-hmm.
But now everybody's supposed to say Berenstain because that's the actual.
They say it's like a Mandela effect.
Yes.
Where we all remember it being Berenstain Bears.
We all remember Berenstain, and it's Berenstain. Wait a minute, right? It's Berenstain.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
So in one of the books, where like Brother Bear and Sister Bear are fighting, and they have different tree forts. Whatever. The point is, at the end of the book, Papa Bear makes salmon with honeycomb for the cubs because the cubs don't love anything more than that. And I've always thought to myself, that would that be good to try it like Papa Bear made it, or is it just because it's a book?
I like a sweet salmon glaze at times when I've had it out at finer restaurants and whatnot. They know what they're doing. You can't overdo it.
So good.
Yeah.
You could do like a honey mustard situation.
That
on
would
the
be
grill.
good.
I feel like that would be pretty good.
Not a lot of bad ways. The only bad way to cook a salmon is to overcook a salmon.
Yep.
Is to overcook. That's the worst. The worst.
I love your salmon. I do your mayonnaise idea. I think that's fun.
It's great.
Have
Got
you
it from my
ever done
father-in-law. May he rest in peace.
Have you ever done a salt pack where you do the salt dome? Have you ever done that?
I
Cooked fish
haven't.
that way?
I've seen it done.
Trout is often cooked that
I've
way.
seen it done. You encase it in salt.
Yes, and it ends up making this like hard little brick,
Mm-hmm.
and then you
crack it open.
crack it open, and all the juices, everything, it just like cooks in its own juices. It's fantastic.
Now, we're talking about the initiative proposed in Oregon.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about initiative to prevent animal cruelty.
Petition 28.
Yeah, the folks in Oregon, there are already laws on the books in Oregon against animal cruelty, as there should be, and they are in every state. But I think it was PETA that got behind this initiative. If I'm wrong, I apologize.
No, I think you're right. Yep.
They tried to get signatures for a vote in the fall in November that would outlaw hunting because it was cruel. Would outlaw fishing in Oregon because it was cruel.
Can I read you guys? The theme of this segment is wacky headlines.
Mm-hmm.
This one is from Oregon. Then there's another story out of Oakland, but this one's from Oregon. Listen to this headline. I thought this was Seattle Times. This was actually a reprint from a New York Times article. So I don't know if the New York Times was the one who chose this headline. I assume that's how it works. Protect every animal from cruelty? ? Not in 2026, Oregon Democrats say. So right there, you're already like getting very slanted coverage.
You're being
of this.
told. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read you the first 3 paragraphs of this. They're short, but listen to this. It'll kind of set up the story, and then we can talk more about the specifics, which are, as you were just laying out, kind of crazy. All right. Again, this is in the New York Times. Since the 2024 elections, Democrats in or seeking office have tried hard to stick to the new playbook. Focus on pocketbook worries, criticize President Donald Trump if you must, but for the love of all that is sacred, avoid the social issues that Republicans have used to paint the party as out of touch and maybe even a little weird. A new animal rights measure in Oregon has Democrat leaders like Governor Tina Kotek going out on a limb. They want voters to know they're just as committed to killing animals as Republicans. This is a wild article. It continues. The measure, known for now as Initiative Petition 28, is the stuff of political nightmares for Democratic leaders in Washington. It would give all animals and the same... Did they mean Oregon? In Washington. Why would they say Washington?
It would, yeah.
You know what? This is a reprint in the Seattle Times, but maybe I don't know, whatever. It would give all animals the same protections from cruelty that Oregon grants dogs and cats, and in the process remake the state's economy and dinner plates. Hunting, trapping, and fishing, as Laura just did, would be outlawed along with scientific research on animals, lethal pest control, and conventional livestock production. So that would be like mouse traps would not be legal.
Fish hooks were cruel.
I committed a crime.
You would have committed. Well,
sorry,
not you.
My sister committed a crime.
Your sister committed a crime.
Even showing a fish a hook is cruel.
If you were better at fishing, you would have committed a crime.
Correct.
But your sister did this.
Well, she was crowding my line, but we won't get into it.
Did this come up at all? Did this initiative come up at all while you're
Did you guys talk about this?
Oh yeah. Our salmon fishing guide was really upset about it because it would destroy their industry, obviously.
Absolutely.
But he also lives just above the river. I mean, pointed out basically his house and his cousin's camper as we drifted by. And he lives in a rural place, right? He's off the beaten path.
Yeah.
You got to be able to kill a raccoon.
You got to be able to fill
that's
your
eating
freezer.
Your chickens, you know?
Yeah, with like deer
he goes
meat or
elk
whatever
hunting.
it is. Yeah.
He wouldn't be able to do that anymore. He's convinced, and I thought this was interesting, that they're getting people to sign this initiative by saying, oh, it's against animal testing or mischaracterizing how sweeping this is. Like you're going to people in Portland and Eugene who are got the bleeding hearts, and you're saying, oh, we don't want to test on animals. Can you sign this? Oh, we want to make more farms organic for cows. Can you? And people don't understand how far-reaching this really is.
Speaking of the farming for cows, we talked about this when we originally were discussing this initiative.
When the idea was pitched by the environmental activists who put this proposal in the field.
It would turn. Who's a guy by the name of David Michelson, who is listed in here as a substitute teacher, vegan, and the petitions organizer. It would turn modern farming. It would say that modern farmers are actually committing, what did they characterize it as?
Sexual assault.
Sexual assault on the animals?
Yeah, the animal husbandry practices of industrial farming could be classified under this proposed law.
Sexual assault. It would turn hunters into criminals, which would include fishermen. But the whole thing, this article was just wild to me in the way that it laid this out. Did you have the same reaction when you were reading this?
I felt it was pretty slanted.
It feels a little
slanted, yeah.
Yes.
But I remember back when this initiative was first brought to our attention.
Mm-hmm.
And was it Michelson said, I don't have any
illusions.
I have no delusions that this will pass.
Yeah.
I just want to raise awareness to the issues of animal cruelty, which I think is a noble and worthwhile effort. But when you do yourself more harm than good when you say all hunting is cruelty, all fishing is criminal, farming is sexual. I mean, when you go so far to prove your point becomes ridiculous.
It's totally ridiculous.
And I mean, the news from the headline, which they buried into. Democrats say we don't care about animal cruelty. We want the Republican vote. That's not what's going on here.
Exactly what they're saying. Yeah.
It's addressing issues of sustenance farming, sustenance hunting, wildlife management, cruelty to animals, for humane treatment in the processing of our processed industrial farming. Those are all great, worthwhile issues. And maybe
which they already have laws on the books.
They already have laws on the books, and he's done his job. Because we're talking about it again. We're talking about all these issues, which are worthwhile things to talk about. And he said, all I wanted to do was start a conversation.
Let me read
by putting on a jester costume and running through the fields, knocking arrows out of people's hands and taking fish hooks out of Laura's hand.
Yes.
Popped up out of the water.
My sister's hand.
Dressed as your sister's hand. Dressed as a steelhead.
Let me read to you a little bit more of this. This is pretty wild. This is again from Drew Michelson. Is it Drew? Drew Michelson. Yeah. David Michelson. I'm sorry. Yeah, David Michelson.
Not in that order.
He says in the article, he is under no illusion about what will happen if IP 28 makes the ballot, saying that 50% of Oregonians are not ready to stop killing animals. But Michelson, who like almost half of Oregon voters is not registered with either major party, views this as a political long game. He compared the effort to women's suffrage, which Oregon voters rejected 5 times before approving in 1912. When you're making comparisons between hunting and fishing and the women's right to vote, I mean, come on. Have you not revealed yourself to be very, very fringe? This is not a normal thing that people in Oregon are taking seriously. We're covering it because it's like the headline was so crazy to me.
It's ridiculous, yeah.
It seems ridiculous.
But we are covering it.
I guess.
I'm sure there was a point in American history where the idea of women voting was just ridiculous and ludicrous and silly. Who is this Michelson man?
But I don't think it was silly to women.
No, not to women. No. And maybe fish hooks are pretty serious to fish. I get it.
No, but this is.
But equating it to the.
This is nowhere. It's not even on the same planet, and it's just silly. The whole thing seems so silly to me, and yet it's being treated with so much respect in this article. You cannot help but assume that their coverage of this is because they full-on think that this is a good idea. It would devastate Oregon's economy, like devastate their economy, not just the hunting and the fishing. Their economy. So all of Oregon's beautiful parks are paid for by outdoor hunting licenses. People who want to go and hunt and fish and do all the things that they love to do. And the reason that people live in the Pacific Northwest is because we love to get outside and do these activities. All of that just goes away. It's billions and billions and billions of dollars into Oregon's economy, and that just disappears. Not to mention, that's just the hiking and the fishing. Think about all the farming that instantly is criminalized. I mean, to compare this to the women's right to vote is,
well,
come on.
But we're saying Michelson. He's
yeah, but we're saying it's crazy.
He's got us on a hook. But we're giving our airtime to this clown show down in Oregon. I love, who's this guy that said no established Democrat in Oregon would ever support this. This was John Horvick, senior vice president of the polling firm DHM Research, who tells politicians which way the wind's blowing. You poll people, you get people's take on this.
Still, he added, quote, Republicans see this as an opportunity to say, look at those crazy Democrats being weirdos again.
Yeah, but just that one. we all Democrats say, just that guy, just him.
It's just that one guy.
Him.
None of the other stuff that we're talking about.
Not us.
None of the other stuff. All right, so that's one headline. Should we move on to our other crazy headline?
Sure, yeah.
All right, this was KTVU, which is down in California somewhere. Oakland, California.
Yeah. Marshawn's hometown.
Listen to this start of this story. So apparently there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is that car break-ins have been decreasing. And unfortunately, that means there's also some bad news, according to this news report. Listen to the start of this story.
And a positive trend on crime in Oakland may be having a negative impact on some city businesses. Police statistics show a steep drop in car break-ins during this past year. But there is a corresponding decline in business for a particular type of business.
Okay. So
ski masks? Metal poles?
Gloves?
The metal pole injuries, taking it in the shorts?
Old-fashioned baseball bats? So car break-ins are down.
Yeah.
And that means, like, when somebody breaks into a car, you've had a car broken into
I
before?
have, a couple times, yeah.
As have I.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, they don't, Jimmy rig the door open like the police will do when they come when you've locked your keys in your car with that little, puff-up bag.
Yeah.
What they will do instead is they'll just break your window.
Yeah.
And in Oregon, or no, I'm sorry, not in Oregon, in
Oakland,
Oakland, they're saying that this has had a real negative impact on local glass repair shops.
At Low Price Auto Glass Repair in East Oakland, a site that's becoming increasingly rare, technicians replacing a door glass panel due to a break-in.
There is a door glass repair. If there is any break-ins, vandalism, that segment of my business has been down about 30%.
The 5 bays at this shop on San Leandro Street are now mostly filled with windshield replacements due to cracks from road debris. This phenomenon is not a one-off. Fox 2 reached out to roughly a half dozen glass repair shops in Oakland and...
Can I pause this real fast?
Sure.
I'm trying to get a sense of what the reporters are thinking about this story. Like, are they reporting on this as a good news piece? Because I can't tell. Are they saying like, hey, bright news, all of the car breakings are down
37% reduction. Great news.
Which is almost half. That's great. On the flip side, like they're reporting on it as if like something bad has happened.
You gotta have some bad news. Got to make somebody. There's a victim. Where's our victim?
Why can't they just say, isn't this great news?
Yeah. No, because great news doesn't sell.
I guess not.
You could say there's been a 50% drop in catalytic converter thefts in the city of Oakland because there has been.
And why has there been a big drop in those thefts? Because they started putting
serial numbers on catalytic converters. They started checking with scrap metal yards. But you know what the lead headline was? Muffler shops. Take it in there. Take it in the muffler, in the exhaust pipe, due to lack of catalytic converter theft.
Listen to the rest of this piece. They're talking to these different glass shop owners.
All tell a similar tale. Business is down substantially.
About 35%.
This guy sounds like he's on his way to a funeral.
35 to 40. Yeah, it's a lot. We've taken quite a hit.
The reason for the decline could be linked to several factors, including a corresponding decrease in auto break-ins. According to the Oakland Police Department Crime Dashboard, those types of crimes are down 37% year-to-date from May 2025 to 2026.
We noticed this change started about a year ago. About the same time the catalytic converters started to die out, so did the calls for break-ins.
Glass on the Move owner James Serwa says he used to employ 7 glass installers. He's cut that number down to 4 due to low demand for service.
So the
other 3 guys I got out breaking into cars. I've reassigned them.
They're off the books now.
They're breaking windows. I got them all sawzalls. They're drumming up business for my brother's muffler shop.
That's a joke, by the way. We're not suggesting that they're actually sending people out to break windows to
You're right, though.
scare up business.
The news. Can you imagine you're the news director? We got it. What do you got for me?
We got a great piece on windows. Yeah. People are not breaking into cars as much. Yeah. But where's the juice to that story?
Yeah.
Where's the juice to it? Why are people interested? They can't employ as many window fixers. Oh, nice. Nice one. The ridiculous thing is they spent 3 minutes highlighting how horrible this is for these businesses at this part of the business. Sure. Then they talked to the first guy that they talked to, the Indian guy, and they're like, what do you think about this? He goes, no, it's actually really great for the community. We don't want people breaking in here.
So I got a couple of lighter days.
Yeah, and he's like, we got plenty of other work. Just because we're not fixing as many broken windows, that's good.
Yeah.
And still, their focus was, and that's the last little piece. And I guarantee you, they threw that in at the last just to cover their you-know-whats.
Yeah.
That's a ridiculous angle to that story. Can we all agree?
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah. Okay.
It's crazy headlines.
Crazy headlines. All right. Speaking of crazy headlines, there's a lot of bees that are dying. The biggest death of, how do you even say this? The biggest die-off of bees in history has just happened recently. We're going to talk to a local bee expert, like a world bee expert, who was recently in Eastern Washington for this big meeting, this conference of bee experts.
We've got the editor of an organization called Bee Culture.
Yes.
This guy knows his game.
He knows bees, and we're going to talk to them next. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Renton police investigating a shooting that happened just after midnight.
Engaging conversation.
It's just indefensible. The mayor's communications team should be better.
Traffic.
A full closure now, southbound 509 at Alexander Avenue.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case? Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy Shannon O'Kelly from IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. We know this, Shannon. When the weather warms, our baseball team's bats usually get a little hotter. We also know that maybe we've been sitting around and we try to crank things to 100 and our bodies don't quite react. As the weather gets warmer, do you see more folks at IRG?
Absolutely, Brock. You know, you just mentioned it. As the weather warms up, people think they need to get outside, which is great. But sometimes they get outside, they start too fast, too quick, and they don't warm up. They don't stretch. They don't do preparation. If you find yourself in that situation where maybe you overdid it, you're hurt, you got a bruise, a bump, an ache, get a hold of us at IRG PT. We'll do a free injury screening and we'll give you some guidance, some recommendations to keep you on your path of healthy function pain-free activity.
How cool is that? A free screening for you and no referral needed. Just personalized care when and where you need it. Visit irgpt.com and schedule your appointment today. Over 40 convenient locations. IRG's in your neighborhood. irgpt.com.
There's a sink at the brink and a drain that's a pain. DayandNight.net.
Slow drain? Backed up toilet? Call Day and Night to save $100 off any drain cleaning.
Hi, I'm Bruce with Day and Night Plumbing and Heating. From a slow drain to a major backup, no drain is too big or too small. Whether we're your first choice or smart second opinion, I guarantee our experts will solve any drain problem, day or night.
Now get $100 off any drain cleaning.
DayandNight.net.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
How does your roof look after this winter? Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Spring into action today. Save $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. The Trump administration today saying progress is being made in its negotiations with Iran. Vice President J.D. Vance, on his way home from Switzerland, says Iran has agreed to invite UN inspectors back to the country's nuclear sites.
Whether good faith or bad faith, you can't trust anybody's words. You have to trust what they actually do. Letting in the inspectors is a big deal, but again, we're going to see what they actually let the inspectors do once they're in the country.
And today, the U.S. temporarily lifted oil sanctions against Iran. That is a major reversal in U.S. policy. To the closing bell report now. Market indexes ending the day mixed. The Dow up 148, NASDAQ down 351, and S&P off 28 points. Oil prices did ease after the vice president claimed that progress in talks. Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan says prices at the pump are also falling.
49 of the nation's 50 states saw gas prices declining. All 50 of them saw diesel prices declining, with oil now turning negative this morning. What's happening in the Middle East? Of course, the Strait open, closed. None of that's really weighing on the market just yet. The market is still looking at the fact that the U.S. and Iran came up with a new framework.
Now, here in the Seattle area, AAA says we're paying an average of $5.66 for a gallon of regular. That is down more than 30 cents from a month ago. Still about $1 more compared to a year ago. The Maltby Cafe, famous for its plate-sized cinnamon rolls, is getting a big upgrade. KIRO News Radio's Amanda Factor explains.
The beloved Maltby Cafe in Snohomish County is getting a brand new home. Developer Westcott Homes just announced plans for Maltby Village. It'll rise on the cafe's current site with a new standalone building for the restaurant, plus shops, patios, and gathering spaces. The cafe's been a Puget Sound area favorite since 1988. The developer says it's working with the owners to keep the place feeling just like it always has. Construction is expected to start next year. Amanda Factor, KIRO News Radio.
And we turn now to the real-time traffic desk at 1:32 with Nate Connors.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. This report brought to us by the KIRO News Radio app. Looking pretty good out there across the board. South 5 into Seattle has improved from our last report. You're still crowded, though, from Northgate into downtown. Linwood to Seattle will take you 20 minutes. North 5 is crowded from the West Seattle Bridge into downtown. Through Federal Way, northbound I-5 was slow from the Fife Curve up to State Route 18. Federal Way to Seattle, just under a 25-minute commute. And South 5 in Thurston County still dealing with scattered backups between Lacey and Olympia that start near Cabela's. Tacoma to Olympia, you've got a 10-minute delay, taking you 40 minutes. Text app APP to 888-973-5476 and download the KIRO News Radio app. There you can listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
And we got a heat advisory in effect for the next couple of days. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, highs around 85 today for Seattle. Right now, 75 in downtown. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. I saw this headline, and Spike, we've talked about bees a number of times on the show. We even tried to have a bee expert into the studio to sting us.
Yep.
And he brought bees. We got all excited, and he turned us down. He said, "I'm not going to sting you. I'm just going to show you bees."
Because we didn't have a medical expert on site. Should one of us have an allergic reaction?
Even if we had a medical expert, I don't think he would have done it.
I agree. He was morally opposed.
He was morally opposed
to that representation of bees in media.
Yeah.
Which is that they sting?
That they sting. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. So I saw this other headline. This is from Seattle Times. World bee experts gather in eastern Washington after an historic die-off that apparently happened during the winter of 2024. And so bee experts met up in Othello a couple weeks ago from all around
the world. Yeah.
Trying to figure out what's going on because, as most people know, if you've seen the bee movie, you understand that bees pollinate, and pretty much everything that you touch in the grocery store has had a bee near it at one point and during its life cycle.
Jerry Hayes is our guest. He's the editor of The Bee Culture, which is the official American magazine of American beekeeping.
Yep.
And I want to a couple things I think are true. Maybe they're just urban legend, but hopefully.
Let's ask Jerry. Let's get him on. Jerry, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, no, thank you so much, and don't ask me any hard questions, okay? I appreciate that.
So is it true? I won't ask any hard questions, but is it true 1/3 of the world's food requires or depends upon pollination? Or is that the right word?
Absolutely. And it all depends on what diet that you eat as well. But, when you walk into the grocery store, the big box, generally, you don't walk into the aisle with the toilet paper and the cleaning supplies. You walk into the produce section because that's where color and aroma and nutrition automatically connect with you for fruits, nuts, and berries, and even lettuce and carrots and what have you that need honeybees to pollinate them to make a seed to grow that vegetable.
Can you tell us, Jerry, there was this, let's get to the die-off, because that's like, to me, it feels almost like a M. Night Shyamalan plot to a movie or something. Something's happening, and we're not exactly sure what it is, but if the bees die off and the bees go away, they're a pretty vital part of this whole food chain you just described. So you guys all met up in Othello, Washington. What were you discussing? Who was there? And what was your conclusion about this huge U.S. colony that died off in 2024?
Well, it's not only U.S. colony die-off, it's all the other countries too, and we know what it is for the most part. If you want to make a fist, and that's a parasite called the Varroa destructor mite that is an invasive mite from Asia, and you take your fist and you put it on your body, and you are a honeybee. This is how large that parasite is to a honeybee's body.
That's horrible.
And it's feeding on it like a tick or a flea or what have you. And, and introducing viruses and causing immunosuppression and what have you. And our biggest problem is, how do you control this mite? How do you sample for it? Trying to kill basically a bug on a bug without hurting the big bug is really, really hard.
So what did you? Yeah, it's a great description. And actually, I just did it for the listening audience or who's not watching on camera. You've missed me putting a fist onto my chest.
But the beauty is, you can all do it at home.
You can all do it at home.
About. Yes,
that would be a problem. And it's parasitic, I assume, and it's doing damage to the bee over its life cycle, and then eventually the bee dies off as a result, right?
Yeah, basically. And so what they're doing is honeybees individually, if you think of a honeybee colony as one large animal and each honeybee is a cell in that animal, that individual honeybee doesn't have a big and focused immune supply. And so what happens is that individual honeybee, when a varroa mite is feeding on it and introducing viruses, their shallow immune system causes them to die. And so if this happens thousands of times, which it has, that colony decreases to such an extent that the colony can't stay alive and it dies. And over the last few years, yes, we've lost 40 to 50% of our colonies of honeybees in the United States. And if we didn't have, or honeybees didn't have the biology where you can take one colony and artificially divide it and make another colony, we wouldn't be having this conversation. We would be wanting to know when the next food is coming in from Guatemala.
So you guys met in Eastern Washington on Othello, because that's where the Wazoo Bee School is. Am I right about that?
Yes, and we all need to recognize and pat Dr. Priya Basu on the back and the honeybee lab at WSU and her team and her students who organized this international conference, which was incredible to me. People from South America and Eastern Europe, and of course U.S. and Canada, to share what's going on in their countries and how can we put our heads together so that we have a combined action plan.
Because you brought in beekeepers, apiaries from all over the world, because you don't have, ironically enough, a network of shared information. You guys were trading secrets and come up with ways to fight these problems, right?
Yes, we are a small industry, even though we're incredibly vital to production agriculture, backyard gardens, the environment, and what have you. And so COLOS, the Colony Loss Organization, has tried to connect all of us together so that we have this opportunity to share and exchange and talk with each other where we wouldn't ordinarily have that opportunity.
Hey, we're talking to Jerry Hayes. He's the editor of the American beekeeping magazine, Bee Culture. You were just recently in Washington talking about at a conference for all of these different bee experts on this bee die-off. Let me ask you a question. Obviously, Spike and I, we're not bee experts. We enjoy all of their great work. I'm a fan of honey, but I don't know a ton about how it's made.
I'm a fan of fruit and vegetables.
We like fruits and vegetables, all that kind of stuff. On a scale of 1 to 10, like for the layperson who doesn't understand the intricacies of the bee world, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important should people consider this? I mean, it's kind of it's a threat if all the bees go away. But like, how important is this on a scale of 1 to 10 for the average listener? How seriously should they be taking this?
Yeah, no, and I think they should be taking it very important because. And excuse my French here, but we're the ugly stepsister of agriculture because I told you that you can take one colony, divide it, and make up a loss. If you had 500 Black Angus cows and you lost 250 of them, you couldn't cut the other 250 in half and make up your loss. And so honeybees and beekeepers, managed honeybees, can do this splitting, if you will, dividing to make up their loss. And so they always show up for contract pollination to almonds and apples and cherries and fruit trees and everything else. But this is not a good business model. The return on investment is not good.
How are you separating the bees too? Are you looking for the bees that have these little mites on them and just like getting rid of those and taking the ones that don't?
Well, yeah, but unfortunately, they all have them. And these mites are, if you can visualize a honeybee and then a mite, that varroa mite that is hiding in between their abdominal segments, chewing through the tissue there and feeding on fat bodies, which is called vitellogenin and hemolymph, and causing weakness in those bees. The only way that a beekeeper can find these things is what we do a sample. You can take 100 bees, put them in a device with alcohol and swish it around, and the varroa mites will detach from themselves. if you have 100 bees and you have more than 3 mites per 100 bees, that colony is dead. It just doesn't know it right then. So this is where the management of from beekeepers and what to do, and then using control things. And there again, I said, putting a pesticide in a colony to kill a little bug and a big bug, you have collateral damage. And so we have a struggle here going on.
And you can't just spray them all with alcohol. That's not good, right? Like you just said.
Well, I mean, that's the only way that you can get them off those bees in that sample. It's kind of like taking a biopsy.
Yeah.
You're taking a biopsy of a colony.
Well, Jerry, you mentioned that the largest die-off was in 2024. Has it gotten better since then? Are we getting ahead of this problem, or are we losing all the bees?
No, we're losing bees every winter, that 40% range. When I started beekeeping, years and years ago when I was young and good looking, if you lost 10% of your colonies, that was a big deal. And now these commercial beekeepers who have these pollination contracts and drive their bees all over the country on semis, they're losing so many colonies that there are other organizations that are looking for self-pollinating plants or different kinds of bees or what have you, because there's a fear out there in pollinator-dependent agriculture of what's happening. And we have our buddies in Washington, our employees in Washington, cutting down and getting rid of bee research facilities and getting rid of all their equipment and sending their employees to other labs. And so this is a big deal.
This is a big deal. Jerry Hayes, editor of Beekeeping Magazine, Bee Culture. Can we check back in with you down the road and you give us some more updates on this another time?
I'm here to help you wherever I can.
All right, Jerry Hayes, thank you so much for making the time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you guys for asking. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right. Man, that's a crazy story. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. When we get back, we got another crazy story for you. E-bikes?
Yeah.
Did you see this e-bike?
Yeah, I did see it. Horrible accident.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk about it next. Stick around.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Renton police investigating a shooting that happened just after midnight.
Engaging conversation.
It's just indefensible. The mayor's communications team should be better.
Traffic.
A full closure now, southbound 509 at Alexander Avenue.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Folks, the rainy season is behind us. The summer is upon us. Is your home ready? Is your insulation up to speed? Did your house survive the rainy months of winter? Give my friends at Integrity Roofing and Construction a call today and schedule a free video inspection, free roof assessment. Take a look at how the home did, what you can do for the future. Integrity does it all, from repairs to replacements, full restorations. They got a design team in-house. They really can do it all, and they do incredible work. Go to integrityrc.com and look at the reviews. Look at the customer satisfaction. One of them's mine. It's integrityrc.com.
Healthcare costs are rising, and a major driver is hospital prices. They've increased more than 250% over the past 25 years. Families and local businesses are feeling it. At Primera Blue Cross, we're working to change that by negotiating with hospitals to secure fair, responsible prices so you can get the care you need at a cost you can afford. That's coverage that counts. Learn more at coveragethatcounts.primera.com.
Dr. Mark Wagner has performed over 20,000 stem cell procedures, including mine, at Seattle Sports Regenerative Medicine. And we've interviewed over 100 of Dr. Wagner's patients, and we hear the same things. It changed my life. I'm back to doing the activities I love without pain. It really works. It's remarkable.
We love helping people get back to living life to the fullest and doing the things they enjoy most.
They also must really enjoy not having the pain and recovery time with surgery.
Stem cell therapy is a 60-minute, non-surgical, minimally invasive procedure to eliminate pain, regenerate cartilage, treat tendon and ligament tears, osteoarthritis, and chronic tendonitis.
And you only use the patient's own stem cells.
That's right, their body's own stem cells.
So whether it's a hip like me, an elbow, shoulder, or knee.
Don't forget ankles, wrists, and thumbs.
Yep, those patients too. Before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD first. Learn more at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Step inside and let the excitement take you places. This is Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the ultimate spot for action that reaches incredible heights, luxury that knows no bounds, and live entertainment that always thrills. It's all at one incredible destination. So when you look for the best, look nowhere else. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better. Live stronger. Start now.
RV buyers save thousands at the 10th Annual Summer RV Blowout Sale, June 18th through the 28th at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds. Top manufacturers with every floor plan imaginable, exclusive dealer rebates, huge discounts on new and used models, factory reps on site, enjoy free lunch, plus a year's worth of free camping. The 10th Annual Summer RV Blowout Sale, June 18th through the 28th at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds in Monroe, hosted by Open Road RV, free parking and admission.
Staples Easy Deal Days are here. Score up to 50% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. It all ends July 4th. Staples. That was easy.
John Curley here. Who installs your new cooling system matters. I recommend Home Comfort Alliance for 50 years of award-winning service and top-quality Carrier products that deliver years of comfort. Save up to $3,000 in rebates. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Tune in to elevate your wealth. If you're 5 to 10 years from retirement, you do not have the time to deal with a market downturn.
With Mark Stimson and Casey Elkins.
It's important that you know what the rules are, because if you don't, you can make some tremendous decisions that could adversely affect you, and you may not be able to go back and fix them.
Tune in to Elevate Your Wealth, Saturdays at 11 a.m., right here on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
All right, welcome back to the show. One of the running themes on this show is that we are... Well, I don't want to speak for you, Spike. I'm not a fan of e-bikes, electric scooters. I think I understand their value. I understand that they're fun to ride.
Yeah.
I understand that riding a bike is hard and that people see a great benefit in not having to pedal.
Well, there's a learning curve involved here, I think. We're talking about e-bikes and e-bikes with kids and the recent flood of accidents, a tragic accident over the weekend. A young child was injured over in the Totem Lake area, a collision between a car and an e-bike. Kids in the hospital still this morning.
Do we know the age of the kid? It
wasn't listed
sounds like
in the news
preteen
coverage.
to me.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay.
And the problem is we've got this new influx of e-bikes of various power levels.
Yeah.
That are brand new to the market, and a lot of parents, I don't think, really fully understand the danger and the severity of what these kind of toys can bring to their kids' life without proper use. And
you referring to them as toys is the interesting part, because I think parents do see these as toys.
Yeah.
They see them the same way as a kid might ride a bicycle. Like when I was a kid, I had a Huffy I had a couple of different Huffies, but my main one that I remember that's imprinted on my brain, I had a Huffy Mudslinger that I got for my 12th birthday. And man, that thing was sweet. I must have been younger than that. I must have been like 10. Anyway, It was so cool. I went everywhere on that bike. I rode the heck out of that thing until the tires were bald. But I was limited in my ability to speed around on that bike by my physical ability to speed around on that bike. That has been taken away these days. Kids can go as fast. I mean, they are limited in speed, but they can go pretty fast on these things.
Well, limited in speed, 20 miles an hour is a lower end, 30 miles an hour to some of these bikes that these kids are put on.
And they can go for miles and miles. And they're essentially, you're sending your kids out riding around on what back in the day I would have classified as like a motorcycle.
Yeah, a mini bike.
The speeds that you can go on these things. Yeah. The distances that you can go, and you're seeing kids all the time. And we're not highlighting this piece here. This was a very sad story. This was in Kirkland on Saturday. According to this piece on King 5, the child was riding, I'll read a little bit from this. The child was riding an e-bike when they collided with a vehicle and suffered serious injuries. According to a police spokesperson, medical responders took the child to Harborview Medical Center for treatment. As of Monday, the child remains in serious condition in the intensive care unit. Awful story. What we're highlighting is these are not toys. And
I think parents look at them. There's just a naivete, if not an ignorance of what this actually is you're putting in your kid's hand.
It's a new technology.
Yeah, exactly.
My oldest is 11 years old. He has friends who have these bikes. And when he goes over to their houses, we actually tell him specifically, we say, you're not allowed to ride those. You have to stay off them. Which is awkward for him as a kid to have to be the one to say to his friend or maybe to the friend's parents, like, hey, I'm not allowed to ride that bike.
Yeah. It's tough. It's a tough thing to tell a kid.
It's tough, but you know what? We're proud whenever he goes over and he has to, and he doesn't ride them because he's not ready to ride them. And I'm afraid he's going to take one, and hit that little throttle and shoot off into the street and some horrible thing happens.
Exactly what that happened in Kirkland. I mean, we don't know the circumstances of this particular incident, but when you get 16 and you get your license and you want to ride a motorcycle, there's training required.
Yeah, or a car.
There's testing required. Motorcycle or car. These e-bikes give you all the danger of those elements of life and transportation without any kind of the safety requirements or educational requirements or any of it. Kids oftentimes don't even wear helmets on these things.
Yeah. The horrible part, too, is like, unlike a car, it would almost be safer if you let some of these kids drive around a car because at least
you're in a cage.
At least you're wrapped in the protective wrapping of the car.
You're sending your most prized, treasured possession, your kid, into the most dangerous environment. You can't even think up a more dangerous environment than a kid on an e-bike.
So be careful, folks.
Please.
Be careful.
Yeah.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Jonathan here from DUI Heroes. Summer's a time to celebrate, but also a time when DUI arrests go up. Please be safe out there and don't make the mistake of drinking and driving. But if you do make that mistake, DUI Heroes is here for you to help get your life back together. We defend you, the person, the human, during the traumatizing and stressful time of going through this. That's why we call ourselves DUI Heroes. Because when the odds are stacked against you, you need a hero on your side. So get your free case evaluation at 1-800-DUI-HERO or DUIHeroes.com.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some carry groceries, prepare meals, or simply hold a hand. Caregivers are the everyday heroes who keep our communities strong. Right now, Washington needs more of these heroes. People like you, ready to make a difference in someone's life. Caregiver Careers Washington offers online resources and guidance to help you get trained and start your caregiving career. Become a hero not just to the person you care for, but to their family and their community. Visit caregivercareerswa.com today.
Sponsored by DSHS and aired by the WSAB and this station.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Your old water heater's starting to peter.
DayandNight.net. Day and Night has $150 off installation of any new water heater, including tankless, backed by a free lifetime warranty.
Hi, I'm Bruce. When your old water heater leaks or fails, the damage could be catastrophic. Whether you need an emergency replacement or you're planning ahead before it leaks, give us a call and we'll help you get into hot water again.
Get $150 off installation of any new water heater.
DayandNight.net.
This is Lynn. She's always been active, maybe a little too active back in the day.
When I was 19 years old and immortal, I stripped out all my ligament and I had to have 6 knee surgeries, and that's on my right knee. And then my left knee finally gave out and had a torn meniscus.
Years of pain followed until she saw Dr. Mark Wagner at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I'm 4 months out and I have no pain in my knees, and I have had knee pain my whole life. I have no concept of what it was like without pain. It's a miracle. I'm totally thrilled.
No pain, no limits.
Dr. Wagner gave me the green light to ski again this year. I'm like, that's incredible. So I'm just so excited.
After years of surgeries and setbacks, Lynn finally got her freedom back.
I think he saved my legs, so saved my knees, and gave me at least another 10, 15 years to do what I wanted to.
If joint pain is holding you back, find out what stem cell therapy could do for you with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The Trump administration proposing a rule change for citizenship applications. If approved, the cost of applying could increase by more than $550. It still has to go through a 2-month review period. ABC's Luke Barr has more.
A new proposed rule by the Trump administration might make it more costly to become a U.S. citizen. The administration is proposing to raise the fee to file a citizenship form from $760 to $1,330, an increase of 75%. The current fees, they say, don't cover the cost of the application process.
Both the U.S. and Iran say they're making progress on talks for a permanent ceasefire deal. The reopening of the Strait of Hormuz also helping gas prices to drop a bit in the U.S. Health and Human Services says the 42-day quarantine period has ended for 18 Americans exposed to the hantavirus on a cruise ship. And legendary music producer Clive Davis has died. He was credited for discovering music icons, including Aretha Franklin and Whitney Houston over the decades. This is ABC News. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer announcing he's resigning following pressure within his own party to step down. He'll stay on as Prime Minister until elections are held in July. Andy Burnham, who's seen as a top candidate to replace Starmer, was sworn in as MP for Makerfield today. Former Federal Reserve Chair Alan Greenspan has died.
Appointed by Ronald Reagan, Alan Greenspan knew the global economy was changing, as he once told Congress.
It's becoming increasingly conceptual and less physical, more services and less physical goods.
Greenspan oversaw a period of unprecedented prosperity through the 1990s, but his policies were later blamed for contributing to the housing crisis and global recession of 2008. Brian Clark, ABC News.
Greenspan was 100. In Southern California, fire crews continue to battle flare-ups of the massive warehouse fire in Boyle Heights in East L.A. It's been burning since Wednesday with thick black billowing smoke in the air. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
A 3-day heat wave is upon us. Details after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
And this is brought to you by Bucky's Complete Auto Care. South 5 to Seattle, now bumper to bumper here in downtown from 520 to I-90 due to an earlier collision that we just cleared. About a 20-minute drive from Linwood in the downtown. North 5, we're doing all right. Just a little crowded before the West Seattle Bridge in the downtown. South 405 is starting to fill in from Factoria to the Renton Landing. It's 20 minutes from Bellevue to Renton. North 405, we're crowded from South Center through those S-curves. In Federal Way, North 5 picking up volumes now. Slow from Fife Curve to State Route 18. Federal Way to Seattle approaching 25 minutes. Tacoma to Olympia has improved. 35, 40-minute commute here. Just a little crowding as you head into Olympia. For 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has earned local trust with honest pricing and guaranteed repairs. That's why they're Carfax preferred. No gimmicks, just great service. Bucky's.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Much of western Washington will be sweating it out under a heat advisory the next few days. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey with more on what to expect.
The National Weather Service is issuing that heat advisory from 11 Monday morning until Tuesday night from Bellingham down to Olympia and to the coast. Here's more from our own Ted Beener.
Not going to be extreme. We're going to have a few places getting up above 90 degrees, particularly tomorrow, Tuesday. That's when it's going to peak on this particular event.
Prolonged exposure can lead to heat exhaustion or heat stroke. Beener says to stay hydrated and find a cool air-conditioned space for at least 3 hours each day. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A popular waterfront wedding venue on Lake Union started a leak this morning. The Seattle Fire Department responded, pumping out water from the MV Scansonia, known as Seattle's last wooden ferry. No word yet on what caused the leak and no injuries reported. The historic ferry was built in 1929. It once carried passengers and cars between Vashon Island and Point Defiance. Public health officials are saying you should stay out of the water at 5 beaches in King County because of high bacteria levels. KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon has more.
They say people and pets should avoid the water at Jean Coulon Memorial Beach, Juanita Beach, Lake Meridian Beach, Matthews Beach, and Waverly Beach. You can sign up online for alerts when public health clears a beach after bacteria levels go down.
And health officials in Kitsap County are now warning people to stay out of the water in parts of Liberty Bay after a sewage spill there. No contact advisory in effect through June 25th near Keyport. About 17,000 gallons of sewage spilled into the bay. There's also a shellfish harvesting ban in place through July 9th. Seattle getting glowing reviews as a World Cup host city and could be setting itself up for more premier events in the coming years. Beth Knox is president and CEO of the Seattle Sports Commission in charge of attracting and hosting big-time sporting events.
It's just enormous. It is so significant to be a host city for the world's largest event.
Knox tells KIRO 7 TV it's an audition for more big-time showings, including the Women's World Cup in 2031. Seattle is one of 14 potential host cities for that. So your forecast now, again, the heat advisory in effect right now for much of western Washington in effect through Wednesday. Highs in the mid to upper 80s, some spots getting into the low 90s. Right now, 77 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour left to go. We're very, very excited to welcome in studio, in person. Normally he does this from home, but he came in just for this. No, just kidding. He's always here. Aaron Granillo is sticking around to hang out with us. Welcome to the show, Aaron.
Thanks, man.
Aaron, I'm excited to have you in here because we were talking last week. You didn't work Friday, right?
No, I took the day off.
A lot of people took the day off.
Yeah.
You decided to take that time to go down to some of the festivities.
Once in a lifetime type stuff, man. Yeah.
And you took the whole family.
I took the wife and the child. Yes.
Explain what that was like. What was the atmosphere like?
Well, my day started by telling Alexa to play a USA playlist for me. So that's how the day started in the house. And me singing Bruce Springsteen and Born in the USA, and my child looking at me like I'm some weirdo.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. And then, but by the end of the day, she understood why Dad was so pumped in the morning. So we took the light rail down there, though. It was great. The first experience we had with anybody on the train was a woman decked out in all USA gear. And she was just handing out stickers and glitter to everybody on board.
That's fun.
My kid got the face paint and all that stuff going on. A couple Aussies in the background, just having a good time.
Drinking on the train.
They were not drinking on the train. They were not. Well, they might. I don't know. They might have been. I don't know. I'm sure they weren't the only ones.
We're glad they weren't driving the train.
So Friday, for anybody who may not be following soccer very closely, Friday was the big matchup.
Yeah.
Like the big game for Team USA against Australia locally here.
Yes.
And so they played at Seattle Stadium.
Huge draw.
Massive amounts of people.
I mean,
And the visuals couldn't have been cooler. I mean, on TV, it looks so great.
I was talking to the newsroom, like, if you've only been in Seattle for like the last 4 or 5 days, you probably think this is the best city on the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks phenomenal.
It looks great. Everything's cleaned up.
Amazing.
There's no trash on the streets. Like, it looks really, we should have World Cup all the time.
Thank you, Japanese fans, by the way, for picking up the entire city.
Yeah.
That was wonderful of you. Yeah.
Also, you missed your games. It's a whole different part of the country. Yeah.
It really was phenomenal. So we started, again, on the train, got off in Pioneer Square, and it was jumping right from the get. You know, you walk off, there's that famous Tats, deli right there, and a huge line out the door there. You walk down to the fan-only zone, and it is just jam-packed as far as the eye can see.
Just like through Occidental Park under the tree cover.
The promenade there.
Yeah, it's the 150-year-old or longer downtown Seattle.
Right, exactly. And so I wanted to just kind of walk around for the first, 20, 30 minutes, kind of scope the scene. And the big TV area there in the middle of Occidental Park was super duper crowded. And I was like, we're not going to be able to watch the match here. And we got down there at about
Is that the original idea? Watch the Team US Australia
match? That was kind of my
match?
first thought. Just kind of, let's see. And then by the time I got there, I was like, it's probably not going to happen here at least. So we walked around for a bit more, bought some street meat and hot dogs and all that. And then we decided to go down actually to the pier to check the match out there.
At Pier 62, the
Pier
watch
62,
party there.
I had not been down to the waterfront. I'm embarrassed to say.
Since they put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
All these months, I haven't been down there. So I knew they had the playground for my daughter as well, and she was getting a little bit restless and antsy and wanting to do some kid stuff. So we took the match day shuttle. The free match day shuttle, Jake.
Nice.
It was free.
It's not free. It's paid for by somebody. But yeah.
Not today, Jake. Not today.
And but it was lovely. It was lovely. It was jam packed. So we stopped at the waterfront there. Let the kid play around on the playground. I then had the game on my phone because
it's a personal watch party.
You went all the way down there to watch it on your phone.
Fine. It's noon. The match is just kicking off. I'll watch here for a little bit while my child plays. But it was beautiful. I mean, the waterfront is what it is. You all know it.
Yeah. International fan base vibe.
Yeah, totally. So the best part of the day, though, is after the playground experience was actually going to Pier 62. And man, the aquarium, you have fans packed on the rooftop there, lining the stairs up there.
The promenade stairwell.
Jam-packed, yeah. And
every inch.
I will say, though, because there were so many people there, it was actually tough to see the screen there as well in front of the floating barge there. But that's where we checked out the match. That's where we watched it. Super fun, though, because there was just this sort of like organic, and I guess this is a soccer thing, like a hacky sack circle, but with soccer balls.
Yeah.
And my kid got involved, and I got involved. And again, people from all over the world, just, 20, 30 people in a circle just kicking the soccer ball around while the match is going on in the background. And, the second goal happened, and everyone's, fired up. Yeah. And then, of course, the replay happens.
What was that like when you guys were waiting for the referees to make a decision?
Yeah. A lot of tension. Yeah. Honestly, because I couldn't see very well myself. I was kind of like, I should have binoculars on there. But then, of course, when they say, the way they phrased it.
Phrased it. Yeah, I'll replay that. Yeah. Here's the referee giving the...
Because the USA scores their second goal of the game, but he puts out the flag
there's
saying...
an offside
call with review.
All right, listen to this. Yeah, the way he describes it. And listen to this, because he sounds like a robot.
Robinson fizzing it back. Serginho Dest blocked. Still in. Might be two. Is two. Or maybe not. The flag comes up for offside.
Okay, so then there's like, how long was that where they took? It was at least a minute.
Yeah, a couple minutes.
They went and watched the thing. And then the referee gets on the mic and he says this.
After factual review, the goal scorer was not in offside position.
After factual review.
The building shakes in Seattle.
Was not in offside position. Like I don't even know where his accent's from.
I don't know.
He looks like he's from Germany, but I don't like. It was a very confusing. So the entire crowd, you guys just erupt.
Eruption. Yeah, I mean it was one of those moments where you're just like, man, sports and community, and I think soccer in particular, because of this event, the global nature of it all as well, on a Chamber of Commerce type day in Seattle.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just like, man, this is what I came down here for. This is it.
It's pretty cool. Oh, Spike, you had a thought.
I was going to say, Laura, do you have some of the pictures that we're going to share? If you're on the YouTube channel, take a look at this. We're going to have a gentleman in later this week. He is a travel journalist, I want to say.
Like an influencer or
An
somebody?
influencer from Florida, from, the Gulf Coast of Florida. And he is a photojournalist who was hired by the city of Seattle to come to town and promote the city back to his home audience in Florida. I've got some of the pictures that he took while soaking
Those
up the
people in
same.
Florida should know what Seattle looks like. They all just left here because of taxes. They know what it looks like.
But it was a Chamber of Commerce type weekend in Seattle, and it's going to be this way for the next few weeks.
Yeah, enjoy it while you can.
We've been going through, the last couple of months as we prep for this world-class event, largest sporting event on the face of the earth.
So this is the waterfront. If anybody's watching on the screen right now, is this what you were talking about?
That's you're in that crowd.
I am. There
That's
you go.
from Friday.
You see me right there.
Everything the city has to offer.
Beautiful.
Because we've been going through such a difficult time in Seattle. With COVID left the city vacant, and when nature abhors a vacuum, and that's when the trouble started moving in. That's when businesses started going away, and most never came back. We got the highest commercial vacancy rate in America. Local politics decided to turn the other cheek.
It's not COVID.
Anywho, that's where we started this. That's where the vacancy started.
It's the horrible policies and the taxes. I mean, that's why people left.
But in spite of all that, the city still has so much to offer.
They do.
Redheaded people with horns on their head. That's a Belgian fan. Look at that guy. This is
dressed as a devil.
But that's the beauty of World Cup, is the coming together of all these cultures.
Yeah, it's neat.
I did 20,000 steps that day.
Good for you.
I tracked myself.
That's
I went
great.
again from Pioneer Square, then walked down to Pike Place in the waterfront, then walked back to Pioneer Square, and then it was like Dad's day out after that too, which is kind of fun. So my wife and kid went back on the train, and I hung back. And
nice.
I met with some other friends, and I went to the baseball game that night.
Did you really?
It was kind of a great day.
So here's something that I saw. I didn't send this in the show prep today, but it was really funny because they zeroed in on, because there was a game at T-Mobile that night, and they zeroed in on somebody who had clearly also been. There was a bunch of people who were wearing Team USA jerseys, who had clearly gone to both events. I think you would qualify for this as well, even though you weren't in the stadium for the game. You were at least out and about, but this guy looked like he had been in the stadium, and he
was
looked.
he sleeping at the Mariners game?
He was asleep. He was just like totally zoinked out at the Mariners game. He looked like totally sunburnt. Probably had enjoyed a few libations throughout the day, and by the time they got to the 7th inning, he looked like death.
It's funny you say that. Was that me on screen?
It might have been you. Did you bait your guess?
So I met up with a couple of friends who were at the game, and I ended up catching a ride with them home, which I wasn't expecting, which was great.
Tell me you drove.
But they wanted to stay for the fireworks, and I was like, dude, I just want to go.
The post These guys had been to the World Cup match. I wanted to stay for the post-game fireworks
They were not
show?
at the World Cup match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just went for the game. I had been out all day, enjoying a few libations. And then, I kid you not, I fell asleep during the fireworks show.
Shut.
The finale happened, and then everyone's cheering. I was like, oh, yeah.
And we can still call it T-Mobile because
that's right.
FIFA gets none of that money.
They don't get any of that.
Yeah.
They don't control that.
Yeah, it was a
stellar
day. Stellar day.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Did you have a nice Father's Day, too?
I had a great Father's Day. I went to the baseball game again.
Did you really?
I did. Yeah, I went to 2 games this weekend.
Good for you. Did you take your kids to that?
Took the kids to the game as well, and then had a little, Father's Day grill out with some other friends after the game.
I woke up. I went golfing. With my dad.
With your dad, yeah.
And
early morning. That's wonderful.
And my brother and my brother-in-law, one of my brothers, and then my brother-in-law. And then I felt guilty because it's Father's Day, and I should be at home with my children.
Yeah.
And I wrestled with this, but I was like, all right, if we go really, really early, we left at 6 a.m. We had a tee time at 7. And I was like, all right, I can be back. We can golf really fast. The problem is that, we're not the only ones on the course. And there was a bunch of old dudes who just couldn't have cared less about getting home. Sure. And because it was packed, we couldn't play through. Over 5 hours. And I didn't get home until 12:30. And then I just felt like a dog for, whatever. We all got past it.
Sure,
it was fine.
Yeah. Were they okay, though, when you got home? They were cool, right?
Oh, they were very forgiving. They were, because it's Father's Day, whatever.
They made you an ashtray.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, that's right. And I said, you know what? Let me light up, son. And
I wasn't going to take up smoking, but this clinches it. That's how old I am.
Great.
We made ashtrays at school.
Did you have a nice Father's Day?
I tell you what, Laura, the picture I shared with you, can you share? I tell you what, my wife was so apologetic because neither of my kids were available on Father's Day.
What?
Neither of the kids were available. We're getting together on Wednesday. My oldest was her and her husband are moving.
Are they out of town?
Nope. moving to a nicer apartment.
Oh, I don't
was the
like
last
this.
day, yada, yada, yada. My youngest is in a production. He's now a paid actor.
Okay.
And Melissa asked me, what do you want for Father's Day? And I said, I want to go watch my kid perform on stage.
That's nice.
Show, Laura, if you can, share that picture I sent you earlier. That's Darby. That's my kid.
Very cool.
The Renton Theater Company, local community theater. It's where you get your starts. Kid was in a production of Footloose the musical, and I got to watch my kid on stage perform for Father's Day. I told my wife, all the ties and grills and
Sure.
handmade ashtrays in the world. I had maybe the greatest day of my life.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it was really one. And the older one came over in the evening. Her and her husband swung by.
There you go.
Made sure they got to see the old
So
man.
you got to see the kids.
Yeah, got this wonderful shirt. I'm still exploring this wonderful new Father's Day
It's a
shirt.
nice shirt. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a lovely shirt.
It's got zippers. I'm still finding new places to hide food
That's
inside this
That's
shirt.
a pretty deep.
Thank
I'm
you.
noticing a pretty deep chest open there.
This one here.
The
you mean?
button, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing
Well,
a lot of chest.
I could tighten
No.
that up
You
for
don't need to do that for me. That's nice. Good for you.
I had a
me,
great Father's
you
Day.
don't have a lot of chest hair.
No,
I'm saying.
I'm Irish. We grow one hair a year, whether we need it or not.
I was gonna say.
What did you guys do for the game, by the way, on Friday? Were you here or were you off?
We took the day off.
You were both
we
off.
took the day because it's a holiday. We respect the holiday.
Watched it from home.
I did. I watched it from home, man. Putted around, got a bunch of things done. My wife didn't even wake me up Friday. I slept. She woke me up for kickoff to start the match. That's when she goes, you're going to miss
You
this.
woke up at noon?
I woke up at noon Friday. Yes.
Good Lord.
I know.
How is that even possible to sleep till noon?
Your kids grow up, they move out.
And then you can do it.
You can do it.
I was up at 5 a.m.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, nice. I got to sleep in today. This is great.
Well, the next time USA might be in Seattle, you guys know
let's
that
play some of these. Let's
you guys
talk
do
about
know that they might be back, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They've already won their group.
Yes. Yeah.
This team is playing beyond
Tell the
expectations.
audience about the path forward for the Team US, what it looks like.
Okay, so as far as I know, and I'm not a huge World Cup buff, but I've been following it relatively closely now. They have a game, I believe, this Thursday against Turkey.
Turkey.
It's Turkey.
Yeah, we pronounced it
Learn
better
the
now.
country's name.
Sorry, my
Don't
bad.
you know the name of the country is
Right.
Turkey? It's certainly not
totally,
Turkey.
Totally. And that
Forget
game
what
is
you've known for 40 plus years.
It's somewhat meaningless, but it's also not meaningless because points matter. So if they get the win, they have a higher seed in the
It
whole
will seed
match.
them differently in
The
the
goal differential, all that stuff.
But
is
either way, they're
helpful.
getting to the knockout round of 32. So if they win their match in the round of 32, they will play in Seattle on July 6th.
So they're very favorable draw in the knockout round too. As the winner, you get it's better seating and all that
Right.
stuff you're talking about. So right now they're projected to play the Ivory Coast, which would be good for the U.S., I believe. At least that's the story that I was reading here.
And I'm saying that game's played down at Levi's or San Francisco
July
Stadium.
1st.
Pardon me. Yeah.
At San Francisco
Stadium.
Stadium.
Yeah.
San-
And if they win, they'll come back to Seattle.
Is it called San Francisco Stadium?
Yes, it
Even
is.
though it's in Santa Clara.
Maybe it's Santa Clara Stadium. I thought it was San Francisco Stadium because that's the host city.
Okay.
Is San Francisco.
But it's in Santa Clara. That's the weirdest thing. It's particularly weird there because it's not I get it. It's the San Francisco 49ers, but they're not in San Francisco
I think
anymore.
it's Dallas Stadium, and that's played in Arlington. So it's same difference.
Very strange.
Yeah.
So if they do that, then they would play potentially
home.
Belgium on July 6th.
Right.
If they win that game in the next round, the quarterfinals, they could face off. It would all depend on who wins at that point. There's a lot of different variations of who they could end up playing. Invariably, it would be a good team because good teams tend to advance.
There was some internet idiocy going around. Did you guys see the whole England-America rematch?
Oh, on July 4th?
Yeah, in Philadelphia, which is practically impossible the way the brackets are aligned. But people had so much fun looking at that. The U.S. and England
That's
won
a
the
missed
4th of July
opportunity.
in Philadelphia.
That's a FIFA
Winner
problem.
take all, both countries, right now.
That's a FIFA problem. They should have made that happen.
They
should have at least made it possible for that to happen.
Wouldn't that be the most glorious watched event? You want to make soccer great
on
in
the
America?
250th anniversary of the best nation in the history of the world playing against England.
Yeah, trying to make it 2-0. Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be phenomenal.
It would be great.
No matter who wins that game, we still win because we're America. Lots of fun stuff. Thank you so much, Aaron, for doing that. And are you planning on going back down, or is that
I think
enough
that the 6th is a Monday, so I probably have to work that day.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, I mean, if you haven't been down there yet, even this week is a great week to do it.
We have 2 games this week.
Yes.
We have Bosnia-Herzegovina and Qatar.
And then Iran, Egypt.
Egypt on Friday.
It's going to be fun.
Both of those teams are playing out of their minds.
Yeah.
Iran-Egypt's going to be a great match.
Yeah.
Yep.
Be fun.
It's going to be fun. All right, Aaron Granillo, thanks, man. We appreciate it. When we come back, I'd like to talk about, this is an interesting topic, Spike. Should Washington State opt into more federal funding for schools? Seems like a no-brainer.
There's actually an argument against it. If you can believe that, I think I'm maybe showing my hand here. Federal money.
Yeah.
That came out of our pockets. Federal money comes from you, me, and the postman.
Yep.
Okay. And there's an option that people are going to maybe opt out of more federal education
They may opt
money.
out of it. We're going to talk about it next, and we got some details on it, how much money that would mean, where it would go, how it could be spent. It's very interesting. If you have kids in school, this is something that you should listen to, and you should let your local political leaders know that you would your feelings on it.
Absolutely.
Because the person who has the option to claim this money, which will be pulled from your pocket regardless, is Governor Ferguson.
You want your money staying in the state of Washington? You want your money going to some other state?
Yeah.
Because it's already left your pocket and it ain't coming back.
We're going to talk about it next. Very interesting. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Renton police investigating a shooting that happened just after midnight.
Engaging conversation.
It's just indefensible. The mayor's communications team should be better.
Traffic.
A full closure now, southbound 509 at Alexander Avenue.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. But for a view that's a real home run, check out right field. Make that the dump yard. Sure, it's a great spot to see our fearless outfielders fly, dive, and slide.
Wow! Victor Robles makes the catch!
But you might get to flash some leather too, because the forecast in the dump yard always calls for rain. Raining big dumper home runs, that is.
Number 60, the magical tour of Cal Raleigh just continues.
Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
The next Mariners homestand gets started on June 29th with an epic 3-day giveaway. Don't miss your chance to score a Cal Raleigh Funko Pop collectible. June 29th, June 30th, and July 2nd against the Angels. Available to the first 10,000 fans each game. Score value tickets for less than $12 for all 3 dates at mariners.com.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Always exhausted, loud snoring, keeping your partner awake? You could have sleep apnea and not even know it. South Seattle Smiles has a comfortable solution with no CPAP required. Most medical insurance accepted. Call 206-241-5533 today. SouthSeattleSmiles.com.
Tune in to Elevate Your Wealth. If you're 5 to 10 years from retirement, you do not have the time to deal with a market downturn.
With Mark Stimson and Casey Elkins.
It's important that you know what the rules are, because if you don't, you can make some tremendous decisions that could adversely affect you, and you may not be able to go back and fix them.
Tune in to Elevate Your Wealth, Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Hey, it's Doctors King and Copstein from K2 Vision. If you're at the stage where you need readers, whether you've had LASIK or not, it may be time to consider K2 Vision RLE. I tell my King LASIK patients, laser vision correction won't solve the eventual need for reading glasses due to an aging, dysfunctional lens.
But K2 Vision RLE will. It's not a question of if your lens becomes dysfunctional, it's when. At that point, you'll need reading glasses and could benefit from refractive lens exchange. K2 Vision RLE is a quick, painless procedure that restores distance and near vision permanently. In other words, no glasses, no contacts, and no readers.
And no cataracts.
Exactly. After K2 Vision RLE, you will never develop a cataract.
K2 Vision doctors have performed over 150,000 procedures and followed the outcomes. They have the experience to know when it's your right time for RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consult today at k2visionrle.com. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
I just can't dig it.
Dig what?
My water line.
Needs replacing?
And I don't want digging in my yard.
And maybe your driveway.
Can't dig it.
Don't dig it.
But how do you?
Apollo Plumbing replaces water lines without digging up your yard.
You're Dan.
From the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Apollo Plumbing.
Our trenchless technology replaces water and sewer lines.
Without digging up my yard?
2 little holes is all it takes.
Sounds better.
Faster, too.
And my yard?
Like we were never there.
Sounds spendy.
Not so much.
Oh?
In the end, about the same as that messy digging you don't want.
How do you figure?
Think about that landscaping you love.
Yeah?
Trenchless means you won't be paying to replace it.
Or my driveway.
We run everything underground.
Trenchless?
Do them all the time.
How about...
Easy payments?
Yeah.
With approved credit. Sure thing.
When can you get started?
We are the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Love that.
Apollo Plumbing, trenchless waterline replacement.
Sewer lines, too.
Can you dig that?
That I can.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Costs are up, but life doesn't have to slow down. Subaru of Puyallup has fuel-efficient, all-wheel drive models meant for summer road trips. Experience the redesigned Subaru Outback. Bold, safe, more capable. For stress-free pricing and offers, visit SubaruofPuyallup.com, your stress-free dealership.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. President Trump talking about negotiations to end the months-long conflict with Iran. He says diplomacy is underway, preventing any escalation in the Strait of Hormuz.
As long as they respect us. I don't want to use the word fear, because that's an inappropriate word. But as long as they respect us, we're not going to have any trouble.
Now, the U.S. is temporarily lifting oil sanctions on Iran now. This comes after early peace talks in Switzerland, where the White House says Iran agreed to allow UN nuclear inspectors back in. Iran has not confirmed that. 2 men are recovering after being dropped off with gunshot wounds at the Bonnie Lake emergency room late yesterday morning. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has details.
Pierce County deputies determined the shooting happened in an outbuilding on a large rural property on 214th Avenue East in unincorporated Bonnie Lake. Deputies, along with Bonnie Lake Police, served a search warrant and found at least one shell casing. Deputy Carly Capetto says investigators now try to determine what led to the shooting.
Detectives are working with both of the individuals that are suffering from non-life-threatening gunshot wounds. However, there wasn't a lot of cooperation.
Anyone with information should call 911. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Said a bartender is speaking out after being attacked by a customer he refused to serve after last call. Benjamin Grady Kizer Lawrence tells KIRO 7 TV.
It was like a very violent, just like, can I throw a 99 fastball real quick?
Happened early Friday morning at a bar in Belltown. Surveillance video captured the suspect throwing a glass that shattered and cut the bartender's neck. Seattle police are investigating. And a towering piece of Lakewood history is about to fall. A Douglas fir that may be 600 years old will be cut down starting tomorrow. News Tribune reports the city condemned the tree because of decay, root disease, and a big lien. Tree cutter is saving the wood to build tables and mantles, the job costing taxpayers nearly $30,000. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 2:32. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, this is brought to you by Seattle Sports. South 5 are now bumper to bumper from Lake City Wade. I-90, it's about a 20-minute drive from Linwood into downtown Seattle. Everett to Marysville, less than 10 minutes, but it is starting to get crowded between the Boeing Freeway and Highway 2. North 5 into Seattle, we're slow before the West Seattle Bridge in the downtown. Southbound 405, we're stop and go from South Bellevue now to the Renton Landing. 25 minutes from Bellevue into Renton. North 405 still slow from South Center through the Renton S curves. Seattle to Federal Way, 25 minutes, which isn't bad. And we're back to seeing hefty backups approaching the Hood Canal Bridge due to yet another recent marine crossing. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. To your forecast now, sunshine and heat. The next few days, heat advisory in effect with temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 80s and some spots reaching the 90s. Right now, we're at 80 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. If you have or have had or plan on having kids in school in Washington State, then this topic is one that I think you're going to be very interested in. Unless you hate your kids.
Or you hate smart kids.
Or you hate smart kids.
Yeah, if you think education is an overblown waste of everybody's time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, everybody. I mean, we're joking. Obviously, everybody wants their kids to be to have as many advantages as possible,
and to get the most as we can get from our dollars for education.
Yeah, 100%. And we love kids around here, and we love education. The most important thing is in the future. Kids, I'm talking about.
I believe the children are our future.
Yes, we
do. Thank you. Teach them well and let them lead the way.
All right, so I saw this clip. I'm going to play you this clip. This is from Vicki Murray. She's from the Washington Policy Center. And she kind of lays out this situation that Washington State finds themselves in, where you have Governor Bob Ferguson, who has the opportunity to literally just opt Washington into this program that already exists. It would then match dollar for dollar donations on your tax refund to residents who want to make donations for education. We can either get the money back or not. The money is already going to come out. It's federal money that has already been pulled from you in your taxes. You will then be able to claim some of that money back as donation. This is a no-brainer. And listen to how Vicki Murray lays this out. She's going to join us on the show. She'll actually be in studio tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So she can lay this out in greater detail tomorrow. But just as a little bit of a look ahead, this is Vicki talking about it.
All these governors have to make a simple decision. Every one of us as federal taxpayers can now take this credit. The only question for our governor, along with the governors of other holdout states, is do we want our federal dollars to go to the IRS or flow out of state to other students and other schools, or do we want to keep those funds in states? I don't see why this is such a tough decision. Again, this should be a no-brainer. It's conservatively $700 million annually for our students and our schools. Opt us in.
So it feels like a good idea to me that they would opt into this.
Right.
Chris Reichdahl, though, the superintendent of public instruction.
Yeah. It's his job is to make sure our kids get the most for their educational dollars, right?
Now, he's not the decider on this, but obviously he would have the governor's ear on this. How does he feel about this idea?
I'm not vehemently opposed. I want it to go back to Congress because it's so ill-conceived. It doesn't have rules around it, doesn't have shape around it. You have unelected officials who are going to control potentially hundreds of millions of tax dollars. You're going to send public tax money to private institutions potentially. We don't have guidance yet from the U.S. Treasury Department. They put.
By the way, this clip was from, this is weeks ago. This might even be a month ago. They have since provided a lot more information about how this would play out. So hopefully any of his concerns would now be explained.
And Vicki Murray is going to be joining us tomorrow.
So join us tomorrow to talk
some of these.
about it.
Okay.
But my feeling is, I'll play the rest of this Reichdahl cut, and then I'll give you my thoughts.
Out sort of political statements, but no real guidance. So what I have said is families with kids in schools consistent with this affordability approach absolutely need a tax credit for having kids for school, public and private. That can be done through the tax code, not by the state picking and choosing kids who are going to get scholarships to fund religious education. I don't think that's appropriate, but there's a way to get every family, public or private, some more help. And I think if it goes back to Congress and they actually turn this into a tax credit for families, that's the way to go. If they don't choose to do that and they say it's up to each state, I suspect at some point we will be in, and we should be in, if we can control what that looks like. Giving it over to people who are unelected and unaccountable to drive taxpayer money into religious institutions and for-profit schools is not consistent with our values.
Okay.
That's the beef from teachers unions that say any money that you in your tax credit that you divert to scholarships, K through 12 scholarships in your state, is going to be money coming from a public school budget.
But that's not true.
Okay, I'd love some clarity from Vicki Murray tomorrow.
None of that money comes from public school. This is separate money from the federal government.
Okay. Not carved out of public education funding.
This is not carved out of public education funding.
Okay.
The way this would work is you make a donation. That's immediately dollar for dollar can be refunded to you up to, I think it's like $3,400 a couple.
$1,700 per person, yeah.
$3,400 a couple. You then would donate that money. That money would then be donated to a local organization, which would be called a scholarship granting org or an SGO.
Yeah.
They cannot guarantee when you donate that money, even though you get the money, you're going to get the refund of that
tax
money.
Credit, yeah.
When that money is then given to the local organization, you then would say, hey, you know what? I'm interested in that money following my kid to one of these. So these organizations would work with, let's say you want your kid at maybe it's your local public school. Maybe it's your local private school that you would like some of that money back that's, you're paying out of pocket for that. So this SGO would then be able to, depending on how many people they have apply, be able to grant you scholarship dollars towards your education. This could be used for everything. This could be used for transportation. That could be used for uniforms. It could be used for tutors, whatever. This is just extra money that you're already paying out in taxes that you can then claim some of it back. And all that Governor Ferguson would have to do is to opt Washington into this. Now, he has outspoken on his dislike for President Trump. Reichdahl is obviously very outspoken, it seems, in that clip about his distaste in money going to some of these religious institutions. I'm worried that those problems that they have with either religious schools or Trump federally would stop them from opting into this program, even though I think 30 other states have already opted into this, including New York and Colorado, which are not conservative
pretty blue
states.
states. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. If Governor Kathy Hochul sees the wisdom in this and just doesn't want. Here's the other thing. The money's leaving no matter what. The money will be used no matter what. If Washington wants some of that money back that's already being collected through federal taxes, if Washington wants some of that money back, this is the way to do it. If not, it's going to go towards education, but it's going to go to education in one of the states that's opted in.
Right. Not Washington.
So why not?
Okay, so I thought I had it figured out.
Yeah, so why not opt in? Why not get that money back? Doesn't that seem like a no-brainer?
It seems, if what you're saying, and I'm not doubting that you're giving it to me straight, but if this is the way it's laid out, that I wonder if Reichdahl's concerns have been addressed by recent updates to the program by Congress, recent additional information provided.
Sure.
Because his concerns sounded valid. If you're not taking money from public education, his job. You can always argue that they could be better stewards of our money with regard to what we spend on education and the return we get from our investment.
Yeah, obviously he's doing a very poor job.
Yeah. So, but if he's making sure that money isn't being taken from our local public school budget, for designation to private schools.
Well, he's also claiming that he needs more money, and that's the problem. That's the reason that Washington keeps dropping in the rankings as it did. What are we now, 31st in education?
31st, down from 27, down from 20.
We were 20 when he started the job, and now we're down at 31st. Obviously, this may not be the guy for the job. That's my personal feelings. So I wouldn't necessarily be fully listening to what he's suggesting here. You know who's not a bad person to think about on this, to listen to on this? Arnie Duncan. Do you know that name, Arnie Duncan?
No.
He was Obama's education secretary. He just wrote a piece in the Wall Street Journal, and he says, guys, this is a no-brainer. If you don't take this money, you're not thinking. I mean,
you're letting your personal emotions get the better of your job description.
He's a huge
your
proponent
mission
of this.
statement. Okay.
So if Obama's education secretary is a huge proponent of this, and if you have people on the other side who are all saying, you're just letting money walk away for no reason. Don't do it. We'll get into it in greater detail tomorrow with Vicki Murray from Washington Policy Center. Governor Ferguson, there is a timeline on this. He does have to opt in by a certain date, and if he doesn't, it just goes away. And we miss out on possibly, nearly $1 billion in extra money that could go to fund a lot of good things.
It's not change, man. That's much real money.
Yeah, so it's not no money. All right, we got a lot more coming up. We got your text messages next. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan, presented by Carter Subaru.
It's an interesting menu for Tuesday's Choke Point. I've got a little chicken, got a little fish, and I got a few other tidbits to throw in there. Every so often, we break out the Choke Points grab bag, and that's what we got for you tomorrow morning on Seattle's Morning News.
Get all of Sully's Choke Points at mynorthwest.com and the KIRO Newsradio app.
Spring is a perfect time to make improvements that protect and add value to your home. Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. For decades, homeowners across the Pacific Northwest have trusted our team for roofing, siding, windows, and custom decking. This spring, save up to $3,000, or qualified homeowners can take advantage of 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free estimate.
Hey, John, why don't you tell everybody why you started going to Longevity Medical Clinic?
No, I don't want to do that. I can tell you, I started going to Longevity Medical Clinic before I started doing these commercials, but that why I went is not important.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Okay. I'll tell you. I was a Sammamish City Council member, and whenever they had asked me to do the Pledge of Allegiance, I couldn't make it through the whole thing without crying. I know, it's so dumb. I mean, I know I'm patriotic, but what the heck? So I go into Longevity Medical Clinic, and I explained this to them, that there's something wrong with my hormones or something, and they see the testosterone and the estrogen are all out of balance. We balance all that stuff, and I can do the Pledge of Allegiance without crying. But I've also noticed that I deal with stress a lot better, don't I?
Yes, you're a lot easier to live with because you're getting more sleep, you have more energy, you're better organized, and I'm not helping you look for your car keys every morning.
Right, because now I've taken the steps to take care of my mind and body. I strongly recommend anybody get the free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value, including testosterone, blood sugar, heart health, and more. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today.
Summer is the time to feel and look your best. But I'm not talking about your abs or tan. Guys, I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your very own hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. They are the team that addressed my hair loss, and I recommend them to everyone. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair's summer sales event is on for a limited time. So get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 425-449-8185. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and make the call now while their summer savings event is still on. That's 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
There's a sink at the brink and a drain that's a pain. DayandNight.net. Slow drain? Backed up toilet? Call Day and Night to save $100 off any drain cleaning.
Hi, I'm Bruce with Day and Night Plumbing and Heating. From a slow drain to a major backup, no drain is too big or too small. Whether we're your first choice or smart second opinion, I guarantee our experts will solve any drain problem, day or night.
Now get $100 off any drain cleaning.
DayandNight.net.
Staples Easy Deal Days are here. Score up to 50% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. It all ends July 4th. Staples. That was easy.
All right, welcome back to the show. A lot of text messages to get to. Let's jump right in. Thank you guys so much for texting us. You can do it every day. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 888-973-5476.
Too late
Go
now.
for it, Laura.
On the World Cup in Seattle, Nazee in Port Orchard says, imagine if the viaduct was still downtown. The waterfront is such a better experience without it.
You're never going to get me, Nazee. You're never going to get me on this
Explain why you disagree with.
When the viaduct was in play, when the viaduct was up in part of Seattle's skyline and waterfront experience, it was every man's chance to see one of the most beautiful views on the face of the earth.
Gorgeous.
Driving through every day. Every time anybody ever came to town, we made sure we drove them from the airport along the viaduct to bring them up.
Same.
Just to see. When the viaduct came down, I know it opened up the beauty of the waterfront for Seattle. It's a wonderful investment. I personally felt it was just a way to have high-priced real estate owners enjoy that view. Unless you're going downtown to make a day of it at the waterfront, which you could still do when the viaduct was there. I thought it took that view out of the everyman.
The viaduct was one of the most beautiful drives in the world. Yeah. Do you remember the not the ad campaign, but the campaign around how dangerous the viaduct was?
That has outlived its time.
If there's an earthquake, the first thing that's going to fall is a viaduct.
And I could honestly tell you that there were days I was driving under in the lower deck in heavy traffic, and you think about one big shake, and I'm flatter than a pancake.
Yeah.
So I understand.
It was the most beautiful drive, though.
It really was.
I just remember leaving like Mariners games.
Yeah.
Or wherever in that downtown area, you could drop off or you could take the viaduct down and drop into downtown. Is that right?
Yes, right there at the stadium.
Gorgeous.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, really nice.
Well, Nazee, you're right. It does open up the beauty. It releases the beauty of the waterfront. Yes.
On soccer injury fakers. Oh, that's you, Spike. Go ahead.
Hey, Jake. Deanna in Seattle. Hey, Jake. Did you see the Canadian player who actually broke his leg? Ooh. Are we sure? It was super nasty looking. And he was writhing around on the ground far, far less than the fake floppers.
I did not see that. That's crazy.
I don't mean to laugh, but yeah, the floppers are worse than the guy with the broken leg.
On Gourmet Zahale's selfie with Brian Haywood, Todd and Burian says, I'm sorry, but he has no reason to apologize to anybody. You could take a pic with anybody you want. Who cares? Yeah, totally right. The controversy here is that he took a picture with Brian Haywood. Politically, they're on opposite ends of the spectrum. That picture gets posted. Zahale starts receiving...
Just gets torched on social media.
You know what? I'll be honest. Like I saw 2 posts about it.
There were many.
There might have been many, but it's trolls. Who cares what people say on social media? We get it all the time, and you just have to have a thicker backbone, a harder spine.
Yeah, and just say, hey,
into a jellyfish.
This was a moment to put everything aside to root for our country in the greatest international competition going. And he didn't have the wherewithal to just make that statement.
Can you imagine apologizing for causing pain for taking a picture with somebody who you may disagree with politically? He's not new to politics. This is not the first time he's ever been in office.
Yeah.
So the idea that he's just like a Katie Wilson who's never done anything before, that doesn't hold water. And that was a complete own goal or self goal. What is it? Would be an own goal in soccer?
It's an own goal. Yeah.
That's what it is. Let's see here. Fernando says, "Isn't Haywood a constituent?" I don't know if he is or not of Zahale's. He might be.
Does he live in King County or not? Yeah.
Poop on beaches. Tony and Buckley says, it's funny how when we get really nice weather, that's when the water parks get closed. Just saying.
It is a bummer. Yeah.
I guess the folks down at the Wild Waves trying to get one great last summer. Close the beaches.
Oh, they're vandalizing?
Yeah,
they're not, but that's a funny idea. They're like, hey, you know what we can do, guys? Let's let's get
sully the beaches.
Let's get into the city to make sure that the infrastructure around all of the different sewers is not up to snuff.
Well, all you'd have to do is scoop a little bit of Wild Waves water into Lake Washington.
Ew.
I'm sure it would take care of itself.
Oh, that's gross. We don't know that. Wild Waves might be very clean.
I
We don't
love
know
Wild
that. We
Waves,
don't
just
know
for the
that.
record.
Yeah, well, so do I.
You just shower after.
During. Who's up?
On Oregon's attempt to outlaw fishing and hunting, CJ and Bothell says this is the insane world we live in. Fish are people too. God forbid we actually continue to feed the planet.
Yeah, this is on that new initiative 28 in Oregon, and they're trying to criminalize all hunting and fishing, all farming.
Yeah, basically.
They want to turn it into a sexual assault on the animal. I mean, like the words that they use in this initiative are insane.
Well, and the good news today was it's gone nowhere. It didn't make anything close to the fall ballot, November ballot in Oregon.
But it got a lot. The guy who's doing it has been trying to do this for years, and this is, I think, his third attempt at it. And the first time he did it, he got 2,000 signatures, and I think this last attempt, he got over 150 or something, 1,000.
Yeah.
And so they're moving in the direction that they want.
That's all he wanted was to have the conversation.
On How to Cook Salmon, Kevin in 206 says, Yo, Spike, I've been cooking salmon with mayo ever since I heard you mention it on the Bob Rivers show. It seals in the flavor. What's the actual recipe for anybody listening? Like, what if somebody's preparing fish tonight?
I take a salmon, I give it a nice thin coating of mayonnaise. I take some coarse sea salt and flaked if you can find it. It's out there. A nice light coating of that. Garlic, crushed garlic across all three of those.
I assume this is a traditional salmon fillet. Skin
yep.
on one side.
Yep.
You lay it in the
Skin
pan.
down, yeah.
And then you cover it? Are you patting it with your hand? Like how you get the mayonnaise on it?
Well, if it's just one fillet, I take a knife. I spread mayonnaise on it. I take a rock salt and sprinkle. Okay. I take crushed garlic and spread that with. I usually use the back end of a spoon. Gets a nice even spread. Cut lemon slices. Put it on the grill. On the grill. Always on the grill.
For how long?
If it's one-sided fish, about 16. It depends on the thickness of your cut.
Yep.
Anywhere from 12 to 17, 18 minutes total. Okay. When you start to see it separate from the skin, it's done. Yep. Don't overcook your salmon. Don't burn your salmon. If it's a whole fish, I do both sides and then fold it closed. Wrap it in tin foil. 12 minutes on the first side, 7 on the other, depending upon thickness.
Gosh, my mouth is watering.
Yeah, man.
Delicious.
And just because I'm from the East Coast, I make a nice trailer sauce to go with it.
What's the trailer sauce?
Ketchup and mayonnaise mixed together. You got to have it.
Genius. We call that pink sauce on the West Coast. On a huge bee die-off in our interview with bee expert Jerry Hayes, Doug and Matt Vernon says bee die-off, probable cause, poorly trained semi-drivers.
Well, remember we had that accident last year? A semi-driver went over and like 5,000 beehives were on the back of that semi.
That's what we brought.
That's why we brought the fence. That's why we brought him on. That's right.
Yeah. How do you even begin to capture thousands of bees flying around a semi-truck?
I forgot about that.
They closed the freeway.
Yeah, that was crazy. Go for it, Spike. What do you got?
I can't read this last one. Read the Father's Day.
On Father's Day, hearing Spike talk about his son the way I feel about mine warms my heart. This is one reason why I love him in the show. That's nice, Kay.
And the show.
And happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you, my friend, and all the ships at sea.
All right, guys, have a great day. John Curley's next. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Renton police investigating a shooting that happened just after midnight.
Engaging conversation.
It's just indefensible. The mayor's communications team should be better.
Traffic.
A full closure now, southbound 509 at Alexander Avenue.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY, and I want to wish you a happy Independence Day. The 4th of July is my favorite. It's about family, gratitude, patriotism, and amazing exploding lights in the sky. Perhaps I love it most because it's called Independence Day. I love to fight for my clients' independence. Your right to drive, to provide for your family, your right to do stuff. You feel liberty most when you lose it. Remember buying a box of bottle rockets and salute shells with nothing more than a "have fun, kids"? Well, things have changed since then, including the consequences of a DUI. We're your safe and sane solution to keep freedom ringing. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com. Red, white, and blue are the colors of freedom, unless they're flashing behind you. 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY. Always exhausted, loud snoring, keeping your partner awake? You could have sleep apnea and not even know it. South Seattle Smiles has a comfortable solution with no CPAP required. Most medical insurance accepted. Call 206-241-5533 today. SouthSeattleSmiles.com.
If there's one thing you can count on, it's 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. And if there's two things you can count on, it's your smoke detector battery dying at 3 a.m. Not 3 p.m. on a Saturday when you have nothing going on, but in the middle of the night when you're fast asleep.
Oh, come on!
Get 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Just one more thing you can count on. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And right now, new mattresses start at $1,500 during our 4th of July sale. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
Spring is here, and it's time to call Integrity Roofing and Construction, your trusted local roofing team. They'll keep your home leak-free and protected all season long. Spike O'Neill here. Visit IntegrityRC.com to schedule a free roof assessment and video inspection today.